welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those who need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, where we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216,
Lunchbox2099,
The Real ODP.
And I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrel713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
I both hate and love Draymond Green for flipping off Memphis fans and saying, I'll just take the fine. I make $25 million a year. And I'm like, you're an asshole, but you ain't wrong.
It's one of those things where, like, I want to hate the man because he cost me championships, but everything he said was fucking true.
Exactly.
Like,
and when
it's like he's saying shit that, like, we all kind of knew, but, like, no one ever had the balls to say it. And now that he's saying it, I'm like, God, it's like in Anchorman when fucking Vince Vaughn is just like, you know, I just in my core pure hate you. But God damn it, do I respect you.
Oh, shit. All right. Quick little.
Did you see JJ Redick this morning, though, when they were talking about it on ESPN?
No, what did Mr. Redick have to say?
So, I don't know who this Mad Dog Russo guy is that Stephen A. Smith keeps trotting out on the First Take lately. But this old Italian-looking jabroni, he basically hit him with the fucking Fox News shut up and dribble. Oh. And JJ Redick fucking tore him a new asshole for like 2 minutes straight. There's a video of it floating all over Twitter from this morning. It was fucking glorious.
Fair enough. I will have to take a peek and poke at that. I don't really fucking JJ Redick, but that's maybe most because I think his Duke days is just everybody who played at Duke. I'll be like looking at sideways.
That's the thing. JJ Redick went from being like fuck JJ Redick to like, God damn it, JJ Redick, you out here fucking being a good person,
spitting bars and shit. How dare you put the fucking gospel out here? And I have to get over my hatred of players, people who played at Duke. It's not cool for me to do that. So a Duke player helped us get a ring, so I got to put some respect on it.
I'm putting it in the Twitter group chat.
Cool.
It's funny too though, because then it's like I'll read some of the comments, and there'll be like a few black people will be like, "Oh, he's invited to the cookout," and then there'll be like another subset of black people who'll be like, "We can't be inviting all the white people to the cookout just because they did one thing right."
Yeah, you can't get invited to the cookout for the bare fucking minimum. I'm sorry, buddy. This cookout is getting expensive and large. Oh, shit. All right. And you had to know what the flow is going to be this week because Ludacris did this, so I gotta get this right. Go ahead, stupid niggas. Go fuck with them chicks. I'm the third little piggy. I'm going to fuck with them bricks. Better yet, the bakery, I got pies and cakes. Niggas think doubling is turning 5 to 8. I turn 8 to 20, 20 to 100, 100 to 1,000, that to 100,000. In front of housing. Close the mall down, dog. No one's allowed in. I'm copping everything. I'm done with browsing. It's the top down, glockpalm.com. Get your shit rock, ma, like I seen rock, ma. And I'm extra scary. CEO, all the fronting ain't necessary. I fuck the secondaries. All for information. It ain't necessary. They in love like the 14th of February. Play them like April 1st right before I slide off. It could be March 2nd. Sound like July 4th. Bop! Halloween or Memorial Day. At your memorial be 1 year from today. All y'all think it's peace and peachy. I leave you Reese Pieces. All my bitches rock. Christian Dior. BCBG. Round phony niggas get the heebie-jeebies. Hungry hoes say, killer, feed me, feed me. Calm down, ma. Easy, easy. Talk greasy, please believe me. Get my man Wheezy, still rock Aleezis to squeeze, appease me. He ain't no tease but measly. Not doggies, angels, killer. Please believe me. Hello and welcome to it. It stays crunchy in milk, episode 444. And this ain't the story of OJ. This is the show for the week of May 9th, 2022, and I'm joined by my best friends, Tatum216.
Man, OJ used to be my hero.
I loved him in The Naked Gun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not fucking around. I used to, like, before everything came out, like, I really fuck with OJ Simpson. Like, he seemed like a pretty nice guy. He was in the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah.
And then, like, first he started beating his wife, and then his son killed her.
Yeah, it goes down like that. We're also joined by Lunchbox 2099.
I only showed up because I was told we were going to talk about OJ.
Okay.
Okay. The RV in Puerto Rican is running behind. Will he show up this night? I am doubtful.
Yeah.
But we shall see. I can be proven wrong.
I would shake the magic 8-ball and it would come up with doubtful.
But remote show, which means we do what we do. I'm saying I got a little news, a little chatty chat betwixt us. Me and Ant came with a topic just on the fly as we were doing pre-show, which I'm like, fuck it, that'll be it. And I'm an asshole, a little entertainment talk, and get the fuck up out of here. I promise you, it's lovely. You'll get a good little telling of our week, and I hope you enjoy hearing it. And it's dope to hear people reaching out and saying, yo, I fuck with that show. That episode was good. This was fun. This was funny, and so forth and so on. So I dig it. Thank you for that. Nothing like having a little feedback to make you know. Oh, Nick yesterday wrote to say how she was listening to an episode, and I was like, cool. I like that. I say, bro, I tell people all the time, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. I say that shit. I may not be their favorite podcast. You know what I'm saying? You could probably be like, oh, no, they would never say that. But I can tell you right now, podcasters you fuck with, listen to this show because they fuck with us. Just straight up and down. That's just, I'm telling you that shit. I'm not joking when I say it. But
yeah, we're like Travis Scott like 6 years ago.
I'm always surprised when people say they listen. And it's not because I think we're bad, but like I'm just like, that's cool.
That is my point. I'm like, thank you. Thanks for letting us know what we do has some value to you. So I ride out with that. First story, only story. I'm only doing one this week. Feds charged 3, including North Olmsted mother and son in January 6th Capitol riot. This is by Adam Fierce over at Cleveland.com. Cleveland, Ohio. Federal prosecutors on Wednesday accused 3 people, including a woman and her son, of participating in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. Kimberly Wargo, 55, of North Olmsted, and Colton Wargo, 26, of Westlake, are charged with knowingly entering a restricted building and violent entry and disorderly conduct. Another man, Justin M. Smith, 20, of Brunswick, is charged with similar crimes. All 3 were released from custody after making their initial appearances in front of U.S. Magistrate Judge Jonathan Greenberg. Kimberly and Colton Wargo were released on an unsecured $25,000 bond. Smith was released on a $20,000 unsecured bond. Their cases were transferred to the U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. for the remainder of the proceedings. The Wargos are the first from Cuyahoga County, so we got to finally narrow it down in the great state of Ohio to more our neck of the woods, to be charged with storming the Capitol during an attempt to stop the certification of Joe Biden's presidential election. More than 40 others from Ohio and more than 700 nationwide have been charged in the wide-ranging investigation. Both admitted to FBI agents that they were inside the Capitol during the riot, and they signed surveillance photos acknowledging the images they showed that showed them walking through various parts of the building, according to charging documents filed in federal court. Agents in Washington, D.C. first honed in on the Wargos, according to court documents, when they found a phone registered Colton inside or near the Capitol during the riot. This man dropped his phone.
Wow.
Cleveland FBI agents took over the case, and they found images from surveillance cameras that show Colton Wargo donning a red Trump hat and a T-shirt with a drawing of the former president, and Kimberly Wargo wearing an American flag shirt, walking into the building about 2:20 p.m. January 6th. The pair walked into the rotunda, through the hallway near the House and Senate offices, and joined up with a mob of people in the statuary hall. The mob walked upstairs to the house gallery, according to court records. Both told FBI agents they drove together to Washington and attended the Save America rally in which Trump spoke and told supporters that the election was a fraud. He also told the crowd, if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. The Wargos marched to the Capitol, saw people going inside, and joined them, they told FBI agents. Both said they stayed inside the building for about 30 minutes. A police officer in tactical gear yelled at them to leave, and they complied, according to court records. Smith is part of an unidentified political belief organization, according to court records. He walked into the Capitol carrying a flag that read Trump 2020, the sequel, Make Liberals Cry Again, according to court records. A confidential informant who doesn't know Smith sent the FBI screenshots from Smith's Facebook page, which used the profile name Unborn Love, that showed Smith wearing the same clothes as when he was inside the Capitol, according to court records. The post included a graphic that read, when tyranny becomes law, resistance becomes duty. The informant notified the FBI out of a sense of outrage regarding the attacks against law enforcement on the day of the riot. FBI agents watched open source video and photos from Reddit.com and videos posted on YouTube and interviewed two people who identified Smith as the flag carrier, according to the FBI. Another person told the FBI about belonging to the same political organization and that Smith bragged about his participating in the riot and showed photos he took inside the Capitol, according to court records.
Yeah, it seemed like Ohio's always in the middle of some bullshit. Like that one dude who got voted in last night from Ohio with those political ads that seemed fake as fuck, and this dude actually won.
He got Trump's support.
Yep.
And that was enough to push him over. And it's not like he won. They have 4 candidates running, and they all just it helped fuck up everybody else's numbers. So he got 32% of the vote of those people. So it's like a massive win, but he will win massive come of. Well, is he running against Sherrod Brown or is he running? No, he's trying to take he's taking what's it called a seat, so he wouldn't be running against Sherrod Brown. So he'll win massive in November because this state. I truly, and with just no disrespect to the great state of Ohio, because I love it here. I called it home. Have began researching other places to live. I don't think I can safely live here much longer. I have a trans child, and the way these these laws are getting posted on the books, and the way this particular Supreme Court is saying fuck it, states' rights. Currently, it puts me in a situation where I'm like, this might not be the safest place for me to raise my family. So I am not saying I'm leaving anytime soon, but I'm not. But I'm definitely have been looking.
Not
at
opposed
shit,
to it.
Yeah. So we'll see where that goes, and go from there. But that is what is going on as of late for around these neck of the woods. I find it not amusing. I don't know what the fuck I find it. It is amusing. The motherfuckers just can just riot at the Capitol and just you can be out on bail. Whereas people who rioted in let's say Minnesota after George Floyd or St. Louis after Mike Brown and so forth and so on, be having years and no bonds and no whatever, but fuck it. Burn the Capitol down. Use that fucking privilege. So that is where that goes some days. It's upsetting. But like I said, that was the only story I had this week. I didn't want to dig too deep in the old realm of news because I just
since we already talked about some pretty shit, some shit that made us upset, I'm going to ask you to talk about the wing list that I sent you, that Dan also sent you.
Indeed.
While I finish working on this different bit.
Cleveland, you got it. Cleveland's the best wings. And send it to me on my phone. They both these gentlemen send it to me on my phone. So I got to jump to it on my computer here.
Tonight go ahead. Tonight we'll play an edition of The Price is Real.
Cool. This is from the good people over at Scene. This is the best chicken wings in Cleveland, according to Reddit, by Brett Zellman. Like I said, both these gentlemen ended up sending this to us. So actually, I can click on the link and open up the Reddit post too. So that'd be dope. Reddit is a treasure trove of useful opinions and information, especially when it comes to recommendations around town. Recently, Reddit user PM Nice Stuff to Me started a thread titled Best Hot Wings in Cleveland. Hold on. And commenters didn't disappoint, dropping tips on their favorite wings from east to west. How many have you tried? Scroll down for images. Buckeye Beer Engine, which is up the road from my house. Buckeye Beer Engine has great wings, and the engine hot was always a great blend to me. Very spicy sauce that had great flavor. Plus, you can get a basket of tots, which is a big plus. That's from Valen Luca, and I know that name. Why do I know the name Valen Luca? Search Google. I'm just going to do a quick Google search for that name. I feel like that is a character in. Yep, it is. It's a character from the book series The Wheel of Time. So, Character Sports Bar, which is in on Brook Park Road in the city of Parma. Characters in Brook Park Road. You're welcome is all this person has wrote about these particular wings. It's a sports bar. Brook Park. It looks like it's across from. This picture looks like it has a picture of a White Castle, but I don't know no White Castle. Oh, I know where this is at. This is over there because there used to be a White Castle there. It's simply not there anymore. Yeah. So I'm looking at this picture now. Okay. Next up, Giannino's Pizzeria, which has multiple locations, and Giannino's Pizza always has pretty banging hot wings, is what this person says. Noble Beast, which is on Lakeside Ave in Cleveland, Lakeside Avenue East in Cleveland. So 1470. So this is right downtown. Noble Beast has good wings, the Great Nate, and some of the best beer in Ohio.
Yeah, Noble Beast is a brewery.
Okay. Pounders. I remember Box telling me about Pounders before.
That's where I used to always go.
Yeah, if you're in that area, Palmer Heights, Pounders was always good to me. So yeah, I know from Box that Pounders is ain't a bad spot to hit up. These wings look good as fuck, bro. Good company, 1200 West 76th Street. Good company for gourmet wings with house-made sauces. Delicious, but none overwhelmingly spicy. These wings look fucking amazing. Open image in a new tab. I'm going to put this picture in the chat. Y'all can tell me what y'all think. These wings look good as shit. God damn. Who is this? The Foundry.
Yeah, those look pretty good. Those look like lemon pepper wet.
The Foundry in Lakewood. I've been to the Foundry. I didn't even know they had a kitchen at the Foundry. That was like
Isn't that the concert venue?
Yeah, that was like me and Vanessa's like second, third date. She had a friend in a battle of the bands there. So I actually got to go see a battle of the bands.
Oh.
How weird. Anyway, random. So yeah, it's been forever since I've been there, but I have been there is all I can say. I'll say the Foundry in Lakewood for best blue cheese sauce. They got a handful of very hot sauces, but I don't know what qualify as the hottest. Next one is Valero, which is in Parma Heights. This is a legitimate response. Residents of Parma Heights will agree. The Valero on Pearl and Ackley across from Parma Heights Police Station, carry out only. We get wings from them for holidays, Buckeyes, Browns, etc. So Valero's apparently good looking wings. They look like they deep fry them and then they sauce them. So
where did they say it was at?
I can give you an exact address if you want me to put one down for you. Valero, 6177 Pearl Road in Parma Heights. Valero, maybe is it a gas station?
Yeah, Valero's a gas station. That's why I'm trying to figure out where the fuck you're talking about. You said it's across from the Parma Heights Police Station?
That's what they say.
That's
not
setup.
Oh, I know where it is. It's across from the library. The police station. Okay, it's the... All right, do you know where the Save-A-Lot is? Where Yorktown Lanes is?
Yes.
It's like a little diagonal from Yorktown Lanes in front of the plaza where the Save Lot and all that shit is.
Right on.
There's like a big gas station over there with like a big car wash attached to it. That's what they're talking about.
Would you ever thought a gas station for wings?
So I have had chicken tenders from there.
I get chicken tenders from a gas station in Ridgeville. So I'm the guy. Who am I to knock it? Sometimes gas station food be hitting. Don't sleep. Fox's Sports Bar and Grill. This is in Mayfield Road in Lyndhurst. Fox's, in quotes, in parentheses, Dumpy Bar on the east side has great wings as well.
Yeah, that first of all, Lyndhurst isn't really the east side. I guess technically it's the east side because of the river, but like to call anywhere in Lyndhurst Dumpy is
I hear you. The person who wrote that might maybe they're just like, to me this is a dump.
I mean, I'm thinking they just had to pick something on that side of town.
Yeah. Ice House Tavern and Grill. This is on 136 Brook Park Road in Brooklyn. I guess that is on the side of the Brook Park Road that is Brooklyn. And that's a Pokestop. I'll just let you know that. Ice House is the correct answer. You have to wait 40 minutes for them for a reason.
Oh.
I would think that's because they're not making them fast enough. And
yeah, I've been there a couple times. It's all right.
Yeah. All right is not enough for me to wait 40 minutes.
It wouldn't be enough for me to like write a whole Reddit post about it and whatnot. But like, if you're in the area and you don't got any other options, it's fine. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh my God, let me go to the internet. Let me tell them how good I think this is.
Well, I mean, but that's the point of this whole post. So, I mean, I get it. Mitchell's Tavern, Center Ridge Road in Westlake. Mitchell's Tavern, Westlake. If you like a crispy bar wing with standard sauce options. Fatheads Brewery. They say multiple locations. North Olmsted, Middleburg. Decently spicy wings with their killer sauce. Though their Beastie has better flavors, in my opinion. Last I was there, they stopped selling fried wings and only do smoked, all three pieces of the wing, so they're bigger than you'd think. So they're a little less crispy, but not soggy. I guess.
Get that skin tight.
Yeah. Boss Chicken and Beer, which is I know of the one in Berea. I thought I read somewhere they opened up another one.
They
somewhere. Did. Okay.
You remember the wedding that I've talked about that I thought I was going to be in the wedding party of that I ultimately was not?
Yes.
Apparently the owner, well, one of the owners of Boss was the maid of honor.
Okay.
I found that out recently.
I had their wings and Vanessa had their vegan wings, and I feel like they're bitches for some reason. I think they like have a rule about how they sauce their wings. And I'm trying to.
All their sauces are on the side. I think they don't put sauce directly on the wing.
Yeah, I think if you want your wings sauced, you'd have to pay for it. So I'm trying to see, did they have that on their menu? That used to be a thing they had on their menu, like. Well, not that I see anymore, but who knows? Maybe they changed it. But yeah, it used to be like, if you want the sauce on wings, it's $100 because we don't put the sauce on wings. We put our sauce on the side, and that's our thing. I'm like, I guess, bro, you can really just sauce some wings up and probably just have happier customers. But they've been there for a while now, and people fuck with them, so it must be just fine. I remember Vanessa enjoyed their vegan wings, but not enough for me to drive back to Berea for them hoes.
Berea is so scary.
Well, nah, it's just far enough away where I'm like.
No, that was the name. That was the haunted house thing. Berea is so scary.
Mulligan's Pub and Grill. This is in Highland Heights.
Yes.
There's a Mulligan's out this way. In like
West Park.
I was gonna say Elyria, but there might be on the West Park. It might be just a chain.
Yeah, I want to like that place is right down the street from my kid's school. And I want to try it now. I drive past that place like a couple times a week.
Yeah,
I think I might have been there before.
I've been to Milligan's, the one out there, like I said, near Ridgeville. I don't know, it's Ridgeville or Elyria. It's one of them cities. You know what I'm saying? I've been to that one before. It was
I want to
when
try
I
the wings. So.
when I worked at Target way back in the day. That was where they took me to on my last night there. It's
They
like, come
have
on, we gotta
one
check
in
you out.
Strongsville, one in Avon, and one in
Avon.
Highland Heights.
So that's where it's at. It's in Avon. And
Oh,
the one,
there's like actually like 5 of them.
yeah, Highland Heights is the one that's mentioned here in this article.
There is one in North Ridgeville. It's called C. Mulligan's Pub. So maybe that's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Highland Heights, if you don't know it, is the 30th best city in America.
that's a big deal when you think about it. So
And where
Isn't
the
that where
last
Progressive is?
sort of like I think Progressive is in Mayfield.
yeah, I'm
But
like that. Like, yeah, I'm about to say that's just right at Mayfield. ZZ's Big Top, which is 35015 Detroit Road in Avon, Ohio. I pass by ZZ's when I'm in that neck of the woods kind of regularly. Now here I am looking at a picture of the inside of ZZ's because from the outside I wouldn't go into ZZ's to ZZ's. From the inside I wouldn't go into ZZ's, but apparently they have a fan of their bangarang sauce is what this person says.
Man, they call it ZZ's. They got a sauce that sounds outstanding just for the name. Bangarang?
Yeah.
Man, I want to try that shit.
Quaker Steak and Lube. Whoever put this should have been exited out the fucking comment. Put local spots if you're gonna talk about wings. You know what I'm saying? This like one of these should be Wingstop. You feel me? If you're gonna be doing that.
This kind of made your list not valid.
This person said, funny though, when I say this, you're gonna laugh because it's just like, man, the universe be really on one. JJ Reddick says the best wings of any basketball city are here in Cleveland. He and Giannis get Quaker Steak and Lube. We just was talking about JJ Reddick. Oh shit!
Circle.
That is wild.
It's funny that Quaker Steak and Lube is actually a Pittsburgh company.
It's so weird. Riverwood Cafe, which is 18500 Detroit Road in Lakewood. I cannot for the life of me picture where that is located. And I usually can pull out anything on that particular street. Huh?
What's the name of it?
Riverwood Cafe?
I think that's down by like the YMCA.
It has to be just on that number, that street number, but it has to be. I feel like that would be even further down than the YMCA. So it's probably over there by Insomnia Cookies. Next one is Rowley Inn. And that just say he's in Cleveland. So where the hell the Rowley Inn is at? Oh, Tremont. Would recommend Rowley Inn in Tremont and Riverwood Cafe in Lakewood. Big professional guy. Rowley Inn has a ghost pepper wing that will rival a bunch of the hotter wings you've had in your life.
I know Dan's a heat seeker, but like, what is your usual like wing order when you do get wings? What flavors do you get?
Go ahead. Oh, I fuck with the mango habanero at Wingstop. It's just spicy enough, but that sweetness kind of cuts into it a little bit. So I really enjoy that particular flavor. I realize that is a B-Dubs original that Wingstop has co-opted, but I like Wingstop's version of it better than I like B-Dubs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my little go-to.
My usual go-to for anywhere is Cajun dry rub, and then garlic parm is my number 2. But I do enjoy lemon pepper. Like if I go to Wingstop or somewhere that has it, I'll try theirs. Yeah. But Cajun dry rub is usually my number 1. I like it because then like I feel like the ranch gets accentuated more because I'm not battling sauce for sauce.
Yeah,
I find garlic parm just a little overly salty for my taste. You know what I'm saying? It's too very, I guess it's two flavors that seem to just want to come on over to the extra salty. Lemon pepper I got from Wingstop was extra salty as well. And that might have just been a bad day that day. But I was just like, damn, these are hitting like these are extra salty. I feel like I had to rub off the fucking, you know what I'm saying, some of the seasoning on it.
So when you say okay, so which garlic parm don't you like, from Wingstop or from BW3?
I want to say Wingstop.
Okay. Because BW3s, I think they cheat because that shit just tastes like Caesar dressing. And I love Caesar dressing, but not on fucking wings. And like the last time we got Wingstop, man, they blessed us with the garlic parm. Like they looked like the fucking billboard. They were so good. But I totally agree with lunch. My go-to is the Cajun dry rub or the garlic parm. But the last time I got wings, I had a mean ass hankering for mild. Like if I'm just eating before kids, that would have been like the trio to get, or if we were getting more flavors, throw in the lemon pepper. But like mild, I just gotta have it every once in a while.
Okay. Fuck with it. We're almost at the end of this list, so let's run through the rest of them. The Rush In. Rush In wings are their own thing. Don't go in thinking you're going to eat a dozen wings. They're huge and they mega bread them. It's not what I would think of when I said I want to go get wings, but they're still really good. I eat like 5 and I'm good. So it's probably just the whole wing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want us to remember chicken wings are actually like, you know what I'm saying, a pretty substantial piece of meat. We've allowed them to cut into pieces and sell us as like pieces of meat. Like, nah. This is like
That's how Fatheads does theirs, the whole wing.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll fuck with that. Woodstock Barbecue, which is on Madison Avenue, Lakewood. Woodstock Tavern smokes theirs with a dry rub. They give you a couple of sauces with your order, but they're so good. I only have a little sauce. This is let's see, Flatiron Cafe, which is 1114 Center Street in Cleveland. Flatiron Cafe is amazing.
Isn't that down in the flats?
Yeah, the place
okay.
Like that we used to go to for lunch sometimes with the mustard and ketchup in the window all day long. It's like right by the bridge.
Okay. Yes.
I've never actually been there.
Yeah, you have with us.
Flatiron down by the parking lot next to the spin bridge?
Yeah.
I never went.
I have no recollection of ever going to that fucking place. So, hey, look, you talk about been there. I gotta trust you on it. But
yeah, we're talking about where it's like there's 2 streets meet that it looks like a triangle right across from the
right. Yeah, we've
I've never stepped foot in there.
All right, I'm pretty sure we've been there together. We might not have been there together a bunch of times, but yeah, I don't really go to lunch with other people, so.
I mean, I don't remember ever going in there, man.
It's cool.
Landmark Smokehouse, which is 11637 Clifton Boulevard. This says Lakewood, but 11637 would put you definitely squarely in Cleveland. So it's definitely not in Lakewood. Landmark Smokehouse in Lakewood. Again, you're not in Lakewood if you're on 11637 Clifton Boulevard. It's by far the best wings, but I think they only have them on their lunch brunch / brunch menu. Saucy Brew Works, 2885 Detroit Ave, which is nearer to downtown than anywhere else. So Saucy Brew Works is like at 30th in Detroit. There used to be like a store right there. I wonder if that store is still there. There used to be a bodega right there that I used to go to on that in that neck of the woods. I used to live over that way, and my first apartment was over that way. Saucy Brew Works has some great wings. It's just what this person writes. Whitey's Booze and Burgers in Brecksville Road in Richfield. Not Cleveland, but I'm thinking the wings I had at Whitey's for the last couple of. I'm thinking that thinking about the wings I had at Whitey's for the last couple of weeks. I'll not go to any motherfucking place called Whitey's.
Just why the fuck not?
It just seems no. That just seems like I should not be there. Last but not least, and these are just as I look at these are in alphabetical order. So that can't be true because no, they're not. So I don't know what order these are in. So. Last but not least, West Park Station on Lorraine Ave. West Park Station is a kind of bar situation. Gets kind of clubby when you go there. It be popping. And they got a little patio in the back to be going down there. I've gone there a couple of times. People have had me out and like, we're at West Park Station, man. Come on, come kick it. And I'm like, Chad, I guess. So I don't know if this person believes their honey sriracha wings are good. I think you are basic as fuck if you fucking with honey sriracha. So I'm really not going to trust your opinion here. But that are the wings of this neck of the woods, and we can't really speak to a lot of places, but a couple places we know about and we have signed off on as well. So that's what's up with there.
I mean, they didn't put Hot Sauce Williams on the or Whitmore's on that list when they just bringing up shit. So
yeah, I don't follow r/Cleveland. Well, before I do that, I was about to say I'm going to join right now, but before I do that, let's click r/Cleveland and see what else is going on there. Let's click on let's see, best gluten-free spots. Any recommendations for bar with solid non-alcoholic options? A picture of the Guardians. Canal Towpath. Cleveland Browns tailgating 5/14/22. Looking for 30 Browns fans or more to tailgate in Berea. Why do you have to ask people to tailgate?
They looking for friends.
BB gun, air gun. Is there a law in the city with regards to shooting off? Need to know for a neighbor situation.
They telling.
Batting cages on the east side?
Yeah, it's one on Broadway right before Libby Road.
I remember that.
Mike Clevenger trade was a franchise building block for Cleveland, says this person right here.
There's also a swings and things on that side of town, right?
I don't think not anymore. Or yeah, I guess technically like by Twinsburg, I guess that's the east side. But it's a swinging thing out there.
This is the last one I'm going to read out of here. Jacobs Pavilion COVID guidelines. We're coming from PA to go to the Leon Bridges show on Sunday, and Live Nation says that the venue requires a health check. Does anyone know the current COVID guidelines for this venue? Oh, shit. What was a 1 second glance at a photo of a COVID card, no mask requirements. And this person's response is awesome. Thanks. Man.
The new COVID guidelines is fuck you. So currently, I think it was Japan. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but they're like currently like day 34 of lockdown, and they were like it's a everyday thing on NPR. They do. This lady going through lockdown and telling how it's going out there.
China. That's in China.
China.
Not Japan. Yeah. And it's I don't. You know what? It's because I think we threw the word lockdown around so loosely at the beginning of the pandemic that we think we know what it is.
Oh no, we don't. Not like that.
When motherfuckers is coming through and literally putting on locks on your door so that you can't leave, like in a way that like they like I've watched them, like they've showed people like them drilling things with these locks on the outside of the doors, basically like don't go, you can't go nowhere, don't go nowhere, like you will not. I'm simply going to not allow you to. Like that's real. That's lockdown.
They can only talk to their neighbors.
Yeah.
Like you get like shit. It's like being in jail. It's like they are only allowed to go in the parking lot of their building. Like in order to keep things moving, like they were pulled together to buy food, and they were saying like the lady said she had so many cherry tomatoes she didn't know what the fuck she was gonna do with. Yeah. And then like you know they pulled together to buy a bunch of beef, and it was just like all the different foods they could get because otherwise, you know, they don't know where their food was gonna come from. So it was pretty interesting to hear those updates. But yeah, people would fucking lose their mind if that was here.
Whenever I hear of things like that, I oftentimes wonder and worry because it's just the way our world works. Are these people? Is there some kind of propaganda against China? You know, they always trying to get us to like not be cool with China in this country, and they always talk wild records about them. And I wonder if they're like, look at what it could be if you were in this communist country. Even though, well, I know we all want to believe communism is the specter of whatever, but communism don't really exist in the way communism works. If you look at the textbook definition of communism, China ain't it. None of these countries, Cuba ain't it. They're not it. They are hardcore socialists, but not really communism at all.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the lady who's doing these reports every day is just a regular ass lady. Okay. It's not like is she in? I mean, I honestly she does sound like a black lady.
She is. She's on TikTok. Okay. I don't know if you ever come across her. And the next time I come across her TikTok, I'll shoot them to you.
I've seen it before.
Yeah. So, and I don't know. Like I said, it's just always so many people always trying to like set beef off with China. I'm like, I'm just not worried about China. If it goes down, like if it really went down, not gonna lie to you, we'd probably lose to China and we'd all have to learn Mandarin. It's just real. So I don't. I guess I'm not shook of that. You know.
Yeah, I kind of feel like people gonna think what they want no matter what. Just like especially with all the shit going on in Ohio, man. I'm just rolling with the punches right now.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out my next move every day because shit ain't getting better, bro.
Yeah. For dizzle. So I can't call it, but it's your time, baby. What you got for us?
Oh, so first of all, let me tell you about the two subjects that could have brushed our lips. One, I was going to talk about Ohio's 9 sundown towns. We'll save that. Then, celebrity asshole warnings. That was like different celebrities. I was just like, you know what? I knew I didn't like you, and this is why. And then they did something else bigger later on. But I was like, we needed something kind of lighthearted. I didn't like the way the direction was going. And I was thinking, Mother's Day is right around the corner.
Yeah.
And this is where we play Skim trademark, The Price is Real. So, I'm going to say, a product. And let's see who can get the price closest without going over. These products are all available at Target. Let's start off with serving mom breakfast. How much do you think a box of frozen waffles are? Just traditional buttermilk frozen waffles.
$3.49.
Okay. What's your total lunch?
I'm gonna go $2.89.
All right. The price is $2.79, and lunch got it. All right. Let's go next to women's deluxe Deer Foam slippers.
Deer foam?
Yeah, DEAR.
Oh,
I was like, are they making some sort of newfangled foam out of deers that I don't know about?
same. So don't feel not alone on that. I was thinking the same goddamn thing. I was like, damn.
Well, I picked those slippers because those are the Deer Foams are the Kleenex of slippers. Like you can pretty much find them everywhere that's like who sells a name brand slipper is usually a Deer Foam. And they range from everywhere from $5 to a lot. Do you ever see like when they got the mama bear and the papa bear on the slippers?
No.
Okay. Oh, shit. No.
I haven't seen a lady wear slippers since my grandmother wore slippers, and my grandmother couldn't walk for the last decade before she passed. So I ain't seen a woman wearing slippers in over a decade. And when she did wear those slippers, they were the most generic hospital-looking like slippers I had ever seen in my life. Yeah, they were nothing like that. Those look like you put a swoosh on the side. They
could. These are pretty good slippers. These are Deer Foams. I got them on clearance a couple months back.
So before you showed me that, I was gonna guess $19.99. Now that you've shown me that, I'm gonna guess $29.99.
Okay, $29.99.
Because it's the week of Mother's Day and maybe they have sales going on, I will undercut my man and say $24.99.
Oh. What'd you say again? You said how much again, lunch?
$29.99.
Okay, and you went
$2.50.
And
he went 30. I went 25, basically.
Okay. The price of the women's deluxe Deer Foams are actually $14.99.
Deluxe.
What a value!
Yeah. They are value. They look pretty nice. I wouldn't buy them for my lady. I'll probably usually spend the extra money and get her a pair a luxury slippers,
Those look pretty fucking luxurious based on what you just showed us.
something like this, like with an actual hard bottom. Like these are North Face slippers.
I am at this very instant wearing uh, lovely Van slippers that Anthony got for me. So just in case you're wondering, my man is a slipper buying motherfucker.
Yeah, the Van slippers are very nice.
I'm currently wearing a pair of Adidas Alpha Boost because I went to Sam's Club earlier today and I never took my shoes off when I got home.
You're the man. All right, so how much would you say? Now this is what this mug actually says, because I was looking for number one mom mug, but this one says best person ever mug.
Just like, are we talking like American Greetings or are we just like generic company mug?
Yeah, I wonder what section of the store is in. Is it in their dishes situation, or is it over there by the cards? Because I honestly feel like over by the cards would be a little more expensive than what's in the dishes section.
Well, at Target, usually the mugs are all in one central location. Like I don't really recall seeing either mugs are usually by the front door in seasonal area. They're never by the cars. They're either by the seasonal area or in the mug area. I'm gonna say this mug is probably in the mug area.
My guess
So think mug prices.
like a novelty mug of that way for me. I'm thinking $9.99.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably in that vein. You actually are probably 100% right. So I'll just go up a couple of bucks and I'll say $11.99.
The actual retail price is $7 flat.
Oh,
for that
wow.
mug.
Clean
Man.
man. Tax write off. You out here murdering it this week, Box. Well done.
I'm only up 2-1, right?
All right. So almost everybody loves their mom. And
Many people love their mom.
Many people love their mom. And one thing that I think is a cute present sometimes are the mom coupon books, where it's like, hey, I give you this coupon and you'll wash the dishes without me having to hit you with a slipper, with a Deer Foam Deluxe.
Catch you with a chancla.
Yes. How much would you say the mama's coupon book would be?
I'm kind of appalled that this even exists. Not the book itself. I know this is something that people usually make on their own, but the fact that someone actually is like mass producing for retail store now kind of irritates me. I'm gonna hope that it's not more than $4.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right. So $4. No, what'd you say?
I said 4.
You said 4. I can't say 4. 5.
All right, and T will win it. It's actually $9.99.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It is bullshit.
Make her own book.
Okay, bonus points. How many stars did this receive on Target? As far as the rating, what is the star rating on it?
Out of 10 or out of 5?
Out of 5.
3.
4.7.
2 stars.
Wow. A lot of buyer's remorse on that one, huh?
People not fucking with it. All right.
Well, I mean, like, you buy it, it's just fucking fake coupons. Like, how can it be 2 out of 5? You're the one who made the decision to buy the fake coupons.
Somebody bought it and was like mad as fuck because like I think it's only been rated a few times and like it was like a 5-star and then a 1-star. And that 1-star brought it all the way down to a 2 rating. Somebody was mad as hell. All right, last but not least, kids Ollie melatonin sleep gummies.
$14.99.
$9.99.
Box wins this week. It was the actual retail price was $17.99. Box beat you 3-2 this week, T.
Hey, it is okay. You can't outwin them all.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
put some respect on the Price is Real. I dig it. I feel like for our birthday show, which is again next week, we'll be recording next week, that we maybe should have bring back a dollar store trivia for 1 week only. So if you would prepare that for me, sir, that'd
I
be
mean,
real great.
that would I could just think of some shit right off the top of my head, and I have I think I got some pretty good prizes like just around the house. Instead of being Chesterfield's dollar store trivia, it would be Chesterfield's anniversary chess trivia because I got some shit in my house that's brand new, is not used that I'm willing to give away.
There you go, people. Prepare. We bring it back a classic, and you fuck with it. You should fuck with it because it's one of our OGs. So
I remember one of the prizes that we used to give out was the astrology game. Remember that big ass game?
I
And
do.
then I remember because people used to actually participate in this shit. I know, the Pod sister got one of them, but I don't remember who. Like I actually shipped one out to, and it was like it's a real fucking prize.
I remember Amber won one.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Jew, I thought won one, or maybe we just sent her one. We sent her just a Cleveland gift, but
we just should be sending Nick Jew shit.
yeah. And then one of our old coworkers won one, but I don't know if they cared. But whatever.
Martis won one.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dollar Store Trivia comes back now. Excuse me, a special anniversary edition of Dollar Store Trivia returns next week. Get your trivia minds thinking.
Chesterfield's Treasure Chest Trivia.
Chesterfield's Treasure Chest Trivia, new shit. Cypher Divine Wisdom comes back next week. Get ready for it if you're down with the get down. So that is what's up. Daniel, your time to shine, baby. What's been going on in your world over this week that you care to share or don't care to share or whatever,
Yeah. So, full disclosure, I forgot to come up with something until 10 minutes ago. But while we were doing what we were doing, I found something in the recesses of my brain. So here we are.
Disclosure:
So,
we're recording one day earlier than normal because I'm going to see Doctor Strange tomorrow. So Dan being not quite prepared is my fault, not his.
Ouch.
Yeah, well, but on the bright side, I too also get to see Doctor Strange tomorrow. So, but anyway, so last Friday I went over to my buddy's house to watch day 2 of the NFL draft, and one of our friends was there, and his girlfriend came, who I had yet to meet, and I had heard about her from some of our other friends because they had met her like when they were all down at the casino together. And so this was my first encounter with her, and I didn't know she was coming. He showed up, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, so and so's coming." I'm not going to put her name out there, but I was like, "Oh really? Okay." And now keep in mind, I for the sake of this story, was not at full faculty. I was enjoying the NFL draft, relaxing, and so she shows up, and there was a lot of people there for a while, and so like it was a wave and a hello, and then like didn't talk to her for a long time because I was on the couch watching the draft, and then eventually at some point the party split off to go play poker, and I didn't want to play poker. I just wanted to enjoy the peace and watch the NFL draft. So I stayed upstairs with a couple people who also were not playing poker. And after a while, she came upstairs, and it was clear that she was not at 100% capacity anymore. And she was like
the same capacity-based situation of you, or a different thing?
I think it was a combination. Okay, I don't think I know it was a combination. So she had never met me, like I said, up to this point. And I don't know if she met a couple other people too, but for the sake of the story, she had specifically never met me. Now, apparently, she was told that she needed to impress us or something,
Oh.
which is not true. But I don't know if necessarily she felt this way, but I guess he was joking with her a little bit, and that, like, you know, we were going to kind of, you put the idea in her head that she had to pass an initiation of sorts, like, be cool.
Yeah.
The problem was this put a lot of pressure on her, and she was nervous, and it was very plain to see that she was nervous because she was doing a lot of talking. And, like, it was a lot of unnecessary talking, and I felt bad for her. But then I was just like, please stop talking, because I didn't say it, but in my mind I thought it, because, like, you know how I am when I just meet somebody, right?
Yeah.
I don't open up right away. I'm very quiet, and I got to ease into it. You got to give me some time to feel comfortable around you. I'm not someone who just, like, walks up into a party with a bunch of strangers and is like, oh my God, I'm so happy to meet all you people, because, like, I'm fucking dreading it. And, like, I purposely avoid places that have a lot of people that I don't know.
Yeah.
So in this case, I knew mostly everyone there. A couple people showed up that I don't know. But then she came, you know, attached to someone that I do know. And so, like, she was talking to me, and I looked at her, and I saw her kind of, like, nerve shaking. And I was like, are you nervous right now? She goes, kind of, yeah. And I'm like, man, we ain't nobody. Relax. I'm like, you know, just fucking chill out. You don't gotta be worried about shit. Like,
Yeah, like especially this lot.
I
She
told her.
probably wants things to work.
No doubt, and that must, oddly enough, that makes me go, really?
So, like, yeah, that was the thing. It was like she wanted them to work so badly that she was making it worse. Like, rather than letting it come to her and everything be natural, she was trying to force it.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I explained it to my buddies, like, the next day when we were talking about it in the group chat. I was like, wanting me to like you is not going to get me to like you. Making me feel comfortable around you is going to get me to like you.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that her heart wasn't in the right place, but the approach was bad, and I don't think it's entirely her fault. I think my buddy set her up to fail.
Correct.
So
you can't go telling somebody you got to impress. And I know he, like you said, it might have been just a jerky joke, but
yeah,
he don't even know her that well yet. You know what I'm saying? Unless they've been together for, like, how long has this been going on? I guess
a couple months.
Yeah, like, bro, you may not understand how her brain reacts to such pressure, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so the thing about it was, like, I think, like, she likes him, but she's, like, nervous that she's dating the right person, because apparently I didn't even know this until that night, that apparently she's a recent divorcee. And so she's kind of, like, getting back out there, but, like, probably a little snake bitten.
Yeah.
And but it was like I was on the couch not bothering anybody. And then, like, she kept trying to force me to talk, right? And, you know, like, in those situations, like, I don't like when people do that to me.
Yeah.
Because you're putting me on the spot and you're making me feel uncomfortable. So I'm not holding it against her, but to say in the moment that I was thrilled about it, that would be a lie. And so I'm going to give her a pass, and I'm not saying that I don't like her or she's a bad person. I will say this. The way she spoke was a little annoying. She talked like a California Valley girl. I don't know if she realizes it or if it's just the way her voice sounds or whatever, or I don't know if she was trying too hard and it was coming off that way. But she definitely sounded like remember there was a video of Amelia Clark on, like, one of the night shows, and she was, like, doing a voice, and it was like Callie from the Valley. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that. but it was like she wouldn't do it all the time. It was like maybe 60-40. But when she was doing it, I could hear it. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I'm like,
So if truly she needed to impress you, she did not.
yeah, like, I think she would do better on maybe a third meeting with less stimulants.
Well phrased,
That
sir.
probably had a good percentage of.
Yeah, that might have just been that too. You right.
To be, I mean, high, drunk, in a new place, doing like a lightweight sporting event where some women aren't like real. That's not their thing. Okay, high, drunk, sporting event around new friends. Um, where was your friend at in the vicinity where she was sitting near you?
So she was never sitting next to me. She was standing in like their kitchen area. So she came upstairs to take a break from poker. So she was just like letting her blinds get collected for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
He was downstairs at that point because they were all playing poker.
So he was away from her.
In this moment, yes. He was downstairs at the poker table. She came back upstairs. I don't know if it was to get something to drink or whatever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, at that moment they weren't connected.
That's also another brand of nerves, right there.
Yeah. So it was just a whole ball of nerves. And I mean, to be honest, you probably won't ever see her. You probably won't see her again for probably quite a while.
I think it'll depend. It'll depend on if I make the effort to go to something. Because I don't know of anything coming up like in the immediate future. So it's possible, I won't see her for a couple months.
Yeah, but it was probably just a whole ball of nerves, and the fact that it was like you have a welcoming face. It's like right now you're not even smiling, but like just your relaxed face is a welcoming face.
Yeah, there's something about me that like people feel comfortable. I don't remember where I was at recently, if it was this party or somewhere else, but it was like similar thing where like people were coming to me, like there's not like anything threatening, no like threatening aura coming off of me.
Old school listeners will know. I told Dan my whole situation like pretty much the day I met him when I was going through a divorce and all kinds of terrible shit and trying to figure out what dating was myself and so forth and so on. People who have went through a divorce, you put something out, you radiate something. They say, come to this man because he'll help you get by. He'll help you over the hump. So this poor woman who was saying, like you just said, who herself has recently gone divorced and is back new, fresh on the dating scene, comes to you just like I did once upon a time.
Actually, it was there that night. Yeah, because somebody said something. She said something, and a couple of people were like, "Oh, Dan's great." Like there were like a couple of people who like chimed up and said something to her. It wasn't like she insulted me or anything, but like they're just like, "Oh, Dan's awesome. Dan's amazing. Dan's great." Like,
I think part of it's because you look like David the Gnome. Like you got the rosy cheeks, and you look like
man, I'd be nosing everybody.
I think that's what it is. Like you look like David the Gnome. Like you just gonna come here riding on the fox. Like, come on, everybody.
Ride out, Swift. We own this shit, my nigga.
The funny thing about this though is I wouldn't be me if I didn't fuck with her a little bit.
Of course.
And I only did it because I knew she was nervous, and so I went to like the draft ended, and I wanted to go home because like it was already at that point after like midnight, and I could kind of feel like a poop coming on, and I wanted to come home and do it at my own home. So like I said my byes to everybody, and as I was leaving, like my one buddy, like the person she's dating, like comes right over. He's like, "You didn't say bye." I'm like, "I literally just said bye to all of you in the kitchen. You were all standing in a giant circle." He goes, "Oh, all right, well, bye." And he like gives me like a fist pound.
Yeah.
And then she comes over and she like gives me like, she puts her fist up, and I'm like, all right, here you go. And I fist pounded her, and she goes, so how did I do? And I go, oh, don't worry, I'll send my assessment tomorrow. and then I left.
Yeah, the other day I took Anthony to the baseball practice, and like his friend is on the team, and like they was like, "Hey, you want to go to the park?" Because baseball. I mean, it's usually at a park, and I was like, "No, we gotta go." And then when we got home, he was like, "I was like, dude, I ain't want to say it while we was with your friends, but I had to poop. Otherwise, I'd let you play with your friend."
Dude, I don't know what it is, man, but like when I go out places now, I like generally have to poop when I come home.
Yeah, like in these newfangled times, like we can poop whenever we want to, and we don't gotta hold it. But not when you go out somewhere. It's like, oh shit, I just better go home. I'm not gonna fuck around.
Yeah.
I just like the comfort of my own home. Like I know where things are. Like it's quiet here because my home is just me and my buddy that stay here. So it's like there's not a lot of chaos going on. If like say I run out of toilet paper, I know where to go to get some. Like if anything bad happens, my clothes are here. Like I'm just saying, I got all my bases covered, But the thing about it is, it's like I get that you get that little feeling like it's coming, so you start doing the trek back. But for whatever reason, your body always knows when you're like a half a mile from the house, because it's almost like, oh, close enough. We're gonna do this now, and you're like, but I'm 2 turns away. And it's like now you got to do the butt clench thing while you're driving and hope you don't wreck the car or get pulled over by the police. Like, why were you driving like that? Because I need the shit.
Oh, sir, I really got to drop a deuce on these fools, man.
I legit wonder if like that, like if you get pulled over, it's like, yeah, like I kind of see you didn't make a complete stop there, sir. Like I had to shit so bad. Like, would they let you go or let you shit your pants? Like,
it definitely depends on the officer, because some motherfuckers will be an asshole and be like, "You gonna shit your pants? Ha ha! It's funny. I made this guy shit his pants. I can tell the people they are at the back of the station." So
I can tell you, if the cops had pulled me over this night, it would not have been good, because when I came home, man, I bricked. I barely made it in the house. I had to do the whole stand up in the garage for a minute, while you get gather myself. Let the little bit of air out so that everything kind of settles, and then do the penguin walk to the house. I even I found the house key in the garage in the light. That way, when I got to the door, there was no fumbling the keys or whatever. Came to the house, prayed that my buddy wasn't in the bathroom, because the last 3 times this has happened, he's been in the bathroom 2 out of the 3 times.
Whew, man. Don't you? Well, I know y'all love, because people oftentimes say, "I love hearing Dan stories," but you can see why, because they're just so much fucking fun. I'm glad your safety got home in your poop situation, my guy.
Trust me, I am too.
I like to tell everybody right now, I know saying the jetpack joyride is something to bring up here in 2022, but after all these years, I still kind of play jetpack joyride from time to time. And right now, they got a Ninja Turtle event going on. It's pretty fucking dope. Download Jetpack Joyride. Not a sponsor. As for what I'll bring to the table this week, this will be kind of brief. It actually kind of reflects back to last week. We were talking about the ending of Game of Thrones, and then Anthony was just telling me about how he was relatively satisfied with the ending of Ozark. And I thought the conversation would be kind of fun to talk about endings of shows that you were happy with or not happy with, and how, in my case, lots of people hated on this way. They weren't happy with. That's not hating. In their critical eye, they were unhappy with the ending of How I Met Your Mother. But I really liked the ending of How I Met Your Mother and thought that's a nice wrap to that series.
So I'm only in the 2nd season of Ozark, because I haven't watched it in 2 years.
Okay.
But out of everyone that I know that has watched Ozark all the way through to the end now, Anthony's the only person that I've heard say that he thought it was all right. Everyone else that I've heard from goes, "What the fuck? This is horrible." I can't believe they ended it like this. I don't know what the ending is because, like I said, none of them have told me. I haven't asked because I actually do want to watch it at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, Anthony is the only one that I've heard positive remarks from it.
Oh, actually, Vanessa enjoyed the ending as well, and I don't watch Ozark, but Vanessa does every now and again. Like I'll be right here where I'm at, and Vanessa will be watching right over here, and I'll peek over and be like, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on there." And so I ended up reading about I want to know what the ending was myself, so I ended up going to look it up, and I was like, to me, a person who doesn't really watch the show, so you know what I'm saying, I'm not as invested as others. I thought that's a pretty solid ending in my opinion.
I
And
believe, as a person who's watched every season, the ending was right where it should have been. Like, it's like, okay, so Insecure ended. This Is Us is about to end.
No. It's We Dis.
We done. But every show I've been watching this season, it's just not been satisfying at all. Like up until I guess like the last episode of Insecure, I was just like so unsatisfied. Like Snowfall is another show I've been watching. So unsatisfied. Like bad storytelling. Like this last season of what you name what you call This Is Us again, Dan?
We Dis.
We Dis. Man. Terrible. It seemed like they wrote themselves into a corner and they didn't know what to do. And it is bad. Like, for example, it's this one character named Toby on the show. He's married to the worst character on the show, which is Kate. And they kind of wrote themselves out of it a little bit because like Toby has like a big weight loss, and he was saying like how the guy you married was not me. I'm me now, and like that dude was sad and depressed, and I got myself out of that, and I can't be that anymore. And I understand that a little bit, but at the same time, you wrote such a beautiful character and you just pretty much made him an asshole, pretty much. And you made him unlikable, and you made him go against everything the show was about. And Kate's always been a terrible, selfish character. So every show, but like going back to the Ozarks, the ending is exactly what it should have been to me. The only show I can say that has a perfect ending is 6 Feet Under from HBO.
I thought the ending to Silicon Valley was all right.
Which that ending was very similar to 6 Feet Under. How they go to the future and they show how everything pans out for everybody, like like they show them as old men and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty much the same thing. Like 6 Feet Under was a show about a family who worked at a funeral home, and one of the dope parts of the show at the beginning of every episode, since they worked at a funeral home, it shows somebody dying. So at the end of 6 Feet Under, it shows how everybody dies, like into the future, like every single character. So it was good.
Show that I recently watched, I know I've talked about it on here, that I didn't like was American Gods.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That was very unsatisfying. Now, keep in mind, though, I've never read the books or the book or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just had the show to go off of, and the show started off really catching my interest when I first watched it. Then when that last like 2 seasons dropped, man, I was so happy that they didn't get renewed. I can't do this myself again.
So with that particular show, it was all kinds of behind the scenes shit that went wrong. They kind of basically cut its budget and its funding and so forth, and they kind of played that show out. You know what I'm saying? and there's some issues with some of the actors and so forth. So it's kind of interesting how, like, I wonder if given its full opportunity would have been maybe more satisfying to you. But I don't know. You know, I can never call it.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, it feels like it stopped in the middle of the story, but like everything leading up to that point for the last like season and a half is just kind of like, the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, man, it's wild out here. Like I said, other shows that I was like, I was okay and happy with the ending. I remember this goes back because I remember it clearly because both me and my homeroom teacher, this is high school, so I watched The Wonder Years.
Yeah.
The ending of The Wonder Years pretty much wrapped up with my man, the Sticky Bandit, doing some voiceover because, you know, he was the guy who did the narration for that show.
And oddly enough, he was the dad in Little Monsters.
Oh, yeah, funny. Explaining basically what went down and so forth. So it kind of wrapped in a way where everything was laid out. His brother became a better person and did right by his mom after his dad had died, and so you hear, oh shit, his dad died. But so World War II veteran steak eating motherfucker, he was going to die. You know what I'm saying, and so forth. And Kevin and Winnie didn't end up together, and so forth and so on. And it's like,
Disappointed.
I guess, but also, how many times does people you went to elementary school end up being your wife? You know?
My step great grandparents, though, the lady that we just laid to rest last month, she did marry her elementary school sweetheart.
Man, that's wild.
Times are different back then, though, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to think back. So I hated Seinfeld's ending. It's a weird ass ending.
Mm-hmm.
And I never did. Like, I was like, really? Hey, y'all really just kind of dick this one off. And
I remember, it was a show about nothing. So how can you have a dramatic ending when the whole thing was about nothing?
better question: why do we have a dramatic ending if it was about nothing? Them motherfuckers ended up in jail.
They were in holding.
They was in jail. caught a charge for not being good Samaritans, which is also a wild ass charge. But I'm saying it's like, yeah. So yeah, that was no bueno to me. But like I said, in particular, like the one that made me think about was I said I liked How I Met Your Mother's ending. It made sense to me. What people get mad about is like, why did they have this whole Barney Robin storyline if in the end it was only going to be Robin ending up with Ted? And I'm like, I guess.
I never really watched How I Met Your Mother, so I can't elaborate on that.
God, it's so good, Box. I think you'd enjoy it. What's fun about that show too is a lot of things is it's got a real tight Ohio connection. So Ted, the main character, went to school here in Ohio. That's where he met his best friend Ed and so forth. So they always end up having like little fun Cleveland little jokes and shouts out and so forth. So it always ends up being real fun. And oddly enough, it has a solid enough connection with How I Met Your Father on Hulu right now. So I'm like, that's fun. I'm glad they managed that. So
I didn't I remember watching the finale to Lost.
Yeah.
And thinking, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah. How interesting, because you know what? I didn't really watch Lost, but I did watch the finale of Lost. And I was like, even me, because I hadn't really watched Lost, I was like, wow, this is really bad.
That whole last season was real bad, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I feel like they had one thing in mind for the show, and then the last end of the season before the last season, they could have went with that. Yeah. But then they just went ahead and flipped it into something completely fucking different. And yeah, that whole last season was just trash.
Man, like we just said about Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones could you just stop after you kill the Night King. Cut that shit off right there. I don't care what happened with the Iron Throne. I don't care that Cersei and what's his face got crushed by bricks. None of that shit. Fuck it. Don't care. You stop right there, the Night King. The North remembers, and the North is secure. Winter has come, and leave that shit fucking be. And these motherfuckers like, nah, man, I got to get this dragon to melt this throne. And The mother dragon's got to become suddenly this woman who's been so sensitive to the needs of so many is like, nope, I'm a bitch now. Like, what? No.
Well, she was a true politician. She was sensitive to the needs of the people because she was one of them at one point. But then as she gained more power, she became power hungry.
Mm.
And so her ultimate goal of freeing the people was put to the side of her wanting to rule the people because she felt like she was what they needed rather than them just living.
Yeah. Man.
But I agree with you. That like, man, that last season killed my enthusiasm for that show. I loved that show.
Are you guys gonna watch the prequel or
No.
whatever? Okay.
I will, but I'm not going into it with the same enthusiasm I may have had otherwise.
I will, but I won't like it.
Until someone comes out and tells me, "Yo, that shit is hitting," I won't be bothered.
Well, I mean, like the fucking Game of Thrones was hitting up until the last 6 episodes. Like it bothers me that those motherfuckers rush that season so that they can go make like Star Wars or whatever the fuck.
A Star Wars movie that they don't even have anymore. They was trying to get the fuck up out of there and end up losing that Star Wars movie because they fucked off Game of Thrones so hard.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? No, thank you.
Like Game of Thrones is the only show that like I've ever had like, and I wouldn't say I have watch parties every week, but like, my family was coming over here to watch those together.
I recall.
Like my buddy came over a few times. Like I've never done that for any TV series ever.
Yeah. Man.
These were events, and then those last 6 episodes, man, way to shit on it. It's like someone was like, "Oh man, we need to watch this last season at 2 times speed."
And then plus it was like a year late, like a year and a half late. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
God,
you getting mad all over again?
Yes, I really am. Fuck off, man. We're leaving this movie.
Did I talk about last week where I was watching reaction videos recently for that?
Yes, that's why I brought it up. So,
yeah.
So yeah, we'll leave that behind. But like you said, you the listener, you got an ending that you thought was particularly dope or particularly shitty. Let us know. Tell us what you had and why, and we would certainly love to hear from you.
Greetings, Skim Universe, and welcome to another edition of the On the Road with the Real ODP. With me, I'm the Real ODP, and this is my wife.
Hi.
And we promised you a story last time from New Orleans, and we got to deliver. Otherwise, we'd be lying bastards.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't want to be a lying bastard.
Can't we just be like sidetracked parents of 4
That's
traveling the country full time?
And forgot to tell a story? Yeah, we could be that too, or we could be lying bastards.
I choose the former.
Okay. Well, all right. So after a tour of the city, we're looking for a place to get some dinner, and I was looking for this place where one of the tour guides recommended the best muffalata.
Yeah, muffalata.
Muffalata, and it was a pretty good muffalata. I did say that the last episode, and you did not love the everything po' boy, or what the hell they call it?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like roasted turkey, corned beef,
they went a little
pepperoni. It was like fried shrimp. What was on it?
All that jazz. It was called all that jazz. Yeah. If you like everything on your sandwich, this is the sandwich for you.
And everything.
If you're a sandwich minimalist, you will not enjoy this as much.
This is like one of those sandwiches that I feel like you would have made up.
Probably.
You have a tendency
to overdo it when I get my make your own, like the Dagwoods. I always go to Penn Station and get the Dagwood, and they say, "What do you want on it?" Like, it'd be easier if I told you what I didn't want on it. Mustard.
How do you not like mustard? It's so good.
I don't like mustard in certain situations. I like it on bratwurst.
But it was like literally made for
on sausages.
It's so
but
good on sandwiches.
I don't want mustard or honey mustard on my Dagwood.
Where were we that one time you thought it would be a good idea to mix like a teriyaki chicken with a barbecue and like marinara sauce? It was like some kind of garbage burger or something.
Oh, what was that place?
I don't know, but you were like, I think I'll try all 3 flavors mixed. And I was like, that's going to be so gross. So I felt like this sandwich, you enjoyed it, you right?
Yeah, I liked it.
You thought
And I ate it the next day.
Good, because I could not finish it. It was too much happening in that world.
Well, while we're looking for this place, a truck pulls in front of us.
Okay, so I feel like you're not setting the story up right. So
I was very detailed in my setting up, but okay.
A truck pulls in front of us. We are parallel parked.
Yes.
In the middle of New Orleans.
Yes.
Like
very public street.
Very public, like downtown.
We're next to that, the Voodoo Queens,
Oh, by the cemetery, yeah.
Yeah, we're next to the Voodoo Queens cemetery.
I'm sorry. I'm sleepy. So we're parallel parked. We have just come off of like a crazy day tour, like 4 kids in a big urban center. We're all a little overwhelmed. The kids are all wired. They're bouncing off, trying to buckle them in. We get in the car, we sit down, we're looking on our cell phones. We're like, just first moment of breath.
Yes.
Right? Because like 4 kids in a downtown city center. It was like the weekend after Mardi Gras too, right?
Yeah,
so it was
super,
super packed. And we're just like sitting there, and then a spot opens up in front of us on the street.
Yep.
And we drive a big pickup truck. Sometimes we look like we belong in the South, hauling hay or bringing cows home or whatever. But
it was just the most functional vehicle for what we needed.
For sure. But like, it's not a city car.
No, it's not.
It's not a city car. There and order ahead and with the kids and da-da-da. So another huge pickup truck pulls up next to us, a black pickup truck. And we look, I looked out the window and I noticed that this guy looks exactly like the dinosaur.
No, he's Sam Elliott. Looks like Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
If you don't know Sam Elliott, he's in a lot of cowboy movies. He's in The Big Lebowski.
He's a cowboy. He's got this guy's got, he looks just like him. He's got like the gray handlebar mustache, not handlebar mustache. What is that? The cowboy mustache.
Yeah, he's got the
thick, like, I don't know what mustache styles are called. There's the handlebar and then there's mustaches. It's not the Hitler, right? It's thicker and fuller.
It's a thick, full mustache.
So, and I'm like, and he's by himself. And I'm like, and he's got a cowboy hat on and like a black shirt. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, here we are, this crazy, insane family of ruckus.
Yeah.
And driving this big ass truck. And this guy, here comes a cowboy who's like going to come over and like judge us because the kids they were so loud, right? Weren't the windows down and they're screaming at a dog or something?
Pretty much. They scream at anything. They just see things and they scream at it.
They're so loud. Oh my God, they're so loud.
I know.
And I was just like, kind of nervous. Sometimes I get a little bit nervous about like
being judged by
like I don't know, this is maybe like my specific trauma, but I have a really hard time with like older white, because I feel like, I don't know, just like I could just hear like my dad being like, you weren't raised like that,
Yeah, I don't have that kind of trauma. I say fuck them.
Right, but so like, especially like, like what, like he clearly is emanating in this big black pickup truck with his cowboy hat and his mustache. He's clearly emanating this like cisgendered white male
cowboy vibe. He would criticize Power of the Dog.
Make America Great Again. And I just, my kids are screaming at a dog on the side of the frigging New Orleans cemetery road. And so there's like a part of me that just kind of like mentally, I don't know, puts up a defense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's trauma. It's obviously trauma-based. So he pulls in. He parallel parks like a dream, right?
Yeah.
This big truck. And we're just like, oh, look at him. He can parallel park because we can barely drive our truck, right?
It's hard sometimes.
It's big.
I fucked up some parking today at the diner.
No, I wouldn't say you did that. You just made your own spot.
Kind of made my own spot. No one else was around. Who cared?
Your own entire parking row. But so he pulls in, and I don't know. There was just some part of me that was like, oh crap. And then he got out of the car, and I was not at all. I don't know what were you even paying attention? Or like you were half paying attention until Ava
I thought you were going to
said,
say you weren't prepared, and I guess no one would be prepared for this.
No, I was not prepared. So our oldest and I were sitting in the front seat. We're kind of watching, and you were on your phone, and I don't even know if you were paying much attention. But
no, I was trying to find Wolfaletta.
Yeah, so
it's very important to me.
Gets out of the car and goes, does he...
Our oldest daughter, goes... What did she say? I forget.
Like, is he wearing pants? And from my vantage point, I'm sitting in the passenger seat. He's getting out of the driver's side. I could not see that he did not have pants on. But I feel like that's when you got involved.
Yeah, I saw that he had a bikini bottom.
A red silk thong.
Yeah, and cowboy boots.
With a red garter around his thigh.
Yes.
Which, no shame in your game. You do you. That is fantastic. I am so proud of you. I think, the giggling is because I just was not expecting that.
No, I wasn't expecting that at all.
I had prepared myself for an entirely different, end to that kind of scenario. So he comes out of his car. He's wearing no pants. He has on a red silk thong, which you can only see when he kind of stretches up because his button-down shirt covers his thong. You can see the garter and the cowboy boots clear as day. So then he walks around.
He gets his bike.
Yeah, he walks around his truck and he pulls a bike out of the back of the pickup bed and he starts messing with water jugs or whatever.
Yeah.
He was filling up water. On the passenger side, he was filling up water into his little Nagleen bottle.
And did he eat a sandwich yet? Oh, that was after. No, that was after. He ate a sandwich later. This man had a whole routine going.
Oh my god. So, and at some point, was it before or after? I don't. You gotta cut in at some point because
before he ate, he put a leg up. He goes to the driver's side. He puts a leg up, and I think he started. I couldn't see because he was trying to cover it well, being respectful of the children, I guess, or didn't want to get a sex
public
decency charge and have to register.
No, he's not peeing in a bottle. There's no way. Oh yeah, he's peeing in a bottle.
Yep, he's definitely peeing in a bottle.
He's peeing in a bottle. So this man,
our oldest daughter,
she is always. She's in the front seat. She has to be. There's no vehicle that can accommodate as many kids as we have unless it's some kind of ridiculous cargo van, which maybe we should look into.
We're thinking about it.
But, so she's sitting in the front seat, and she's watching this. And, I think it was after he peed in the bottle before he ate the sandwich, he, came around and, locked eyes with me and, kind of, gave me, the salute.
Yeah, he waved.
He was like, hey.
Howdy, ma'am.
Did I say anything?
Well, you just waved back.
I waved back and smiled. I mean,
we all waved back and smiled.
It was, not a thing. There's no thing here except for, like I said before. It was just that I was not expecting. I had just notions of what that interaction was going to look like. It did not turn out that way. So he peed in the bottle. He came around. He waved. We all waved and smiled. And, good luck out there on your bike in New Orleans in your underpants.
I mean, it was Saturday. There was some bachelorette parties. He's probably had to entertain.
Yeah? You think that's what that was for?
I mean...
You think he was a stripper?
Simulate the stripper? I don't know.
Well, wouldn't he start with pants? Because isn't the point to strip?
That's true. It's true. He would dress like a cop or a cowboy.
I thought he was just out looking for a good old time, riding his bike through the crowds on Saturday night in New Orleans.
You know what? I think you're right, actually. It's not Sam Elliott, the stripper. He's just
Yeah, I didn't think
one of
he
those
was...
big city eccentric characters.
Yeah, like Austin's got that roller skating naked guy or whatever.
New York has any number of people.
You really haven't traveled the country.
I haven't traveled the country at all.
Any number.
But I imagine New York has a lot of eccentric naked people riding around.
I don't know that there's a ton of naked people in New York City. It's
not in the winter.
But
in the summer, I bet they get naked.
They've got like the Tin Man, the Space Guy, all those like dancing Michael Jackson people, the mimes. I don't know if I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been to New York, so maybe there is a naked guy there now. I don't know. If you guys know, write into the show.
Let us know.
Tweet at them.
Tweet at the Real ODP.
If you've got any like naked big city stories.
Naked big city stories.
Yeah, so that
sounds like a HBO special.
Something. What's her name would write? What's that girl's name? The girl from Oberlin.
Man, I don't know who you're talking about.
I guess you do. She had a show on HBO.
Sarah Jessica Parker?
No! Oh my god. What's her name? I'm gonna look it up. Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham?
Yeah.
She had a hysterectomy?
Yeah, she was really like public about it.
Okay. Oh, alright. Well, Lena Dunham had a hysterectomy.
So
That's
yeah, I can see
information
her
I didn't know until today.
Putting on a show about naked big city encounters.
Naked big city encounters. People strolling down the street.
On the bike.
Letting it blow in the breeze.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to be like that guy from Hookers on the Point.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's a HBO thing.
What is it?
You never heard of Hookers on the Point?
No.
It was an HBO special about hookers on the point.
Okay.
And the guy was
on the point of what? On the point of breakdown?
No, there was a place called the Point, and the hookers would go there, and they would hook.
You know, we watch very different genres of television. How are we?
Oh God, I can't do the impression of it. It's like ladies walking down the street selling their wares. I don't know. I'm doing a terrible job. Terrell's laughing at me right now as he's editing this.
Does he even know what this is? What's
Hookers
it
on
called?
the Point.
Hookers on the Point.
All right. Well, later I'm gonna have you listen to Hookers on the Point narration.
I first became aware of Hunts Point when I owned a gypsy cab back in the 70s. While attending college, weekend gypsy cabbing became my meal ticket. A female fare I picked up in front of an after-hours club in Harlem wanted to go to Hoe Avenue in the Bronx. As we arrived at Hoe Avenue, she said, "Not this Hoe Avenue, but the Hostro on the Point. Follow the traffic." It was early Sunday morning as we crossed this little bridge, and I thought we had entered a zone from another planet. Cars were cruising, rubbernecking. Women were walking butt naked on city streets. She gave me $10 for the ride and asked, can I pick her up in 4 hours? For the next few hours and the next few years, I rode around in this strange, fascinating world, picking up fare after fare.
Hookers at the Point, not Hookers on the Point. Sorry. That's why I got it wrong. But watch it later. The narrator's like very interesting.
Okay.
And
2002. What was I doing in 2002?
I don't know. I'm not watching Hookers on the Point. Nope. At the Point.
That was before I knew you, so.
And it was before I knew you too.
Okay, well I feel better then. At least we didn't like go see that together, and
all right.
Mentally blocked it out. Anyway, so that was our
Sam Elliott.
Our Sam Elliott encounter. I mean, it might have even been Sam Elliott. I don't know.
I don't know. It might have been Sam Elliott. He doesn't seem like the type that would do that.
He doesn't. However, New Orleans is a big city, and if you're gonna let loose,
yeah,
that's a place to do it.
So no shame in his game.
No, and I like, looking back, I'm rooting for him, right?
No, good for him. I'm proud.
I hope he has so much fun.
I appreciate. I respect people who live out loud. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't live out loud. I live at a medium volume.
That is not true.
That's not true?
That is not true. You go ask any of these neighbors in any of these campsites. You are
Not the literal volume. I'm talking about like being boisterous. Not the literal volume of my voice. I'm loud. I know that.
I don't know, Gabe. I think that your boisterous is different than his boisterous.
Well, I wouldn't wear a thong. I don't have the legs for it.
Well, but like, would that make you happy?
No.
That's why you don't do it.
No. I like boxer briefs. They're very comfortable.
Well, no, like, I'm... Okay. That's not what I meant.
Oh.
I meant, like you packed up your entire family and put...
Yeah, that's pretty bold. I'm pretty bold. I should be proud of myself.
Yeah, you're saying you live at a medium volume, and, like, no, you don't.
Well, I just meant, like, I'm not red thong wearing, did we mention it was a red thong?
I feel like we definitely mentioned it was a red thong.
I'm not a red thong wearing cowboy.
No, but, like...
If there's a spectrum, I'm closer to, like...
I guess I'm not looking at it as, like, a red thong to, like, boxer brief spectrum. I'm looking at it as, like, are you aligned with the things that make you happy? Like, are you living your truest self? Or are you, like, suppressing it and, you know, kind of, like, living in the closet, I guess?
I'm not living in the closet.
That's what I'm saying.
What's your deal? See, we had as you Skim listeners know, we had an episode where we talked about my wife asking me how I'd feel to get blown by The Rock.
Did that happen?
You asked me that, yes.
When?
You don't remember this. We had a whole episode about it.
Oh my god, no.
We even named the episode after it.
Okay, because I really just came out of, like, nowhere and said, would you like a blowjob from Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
You were not out of nowhere. Not like we were chopping up vegetables for dinner and like, hey, by the way. No, we were talking about sexuality.
Oh, yeah, and about how it's fluid.
And how it's fluid and everything.
And I used The Rock.
You used The Rock as an example. And I'm like, no, wouldn't want The Rock. I don't think The Rock doesn't seem like the type that would like to do that either.
If you were in a dark room.
Okay, let's hear this. Let's hear it from her. Let's hear it from her point of view.
If you're standing in a dark room and you're under the assumption that the person servicing you is a female, and then all of a sudden the lights go on, I mean, you're enjoying it, right? Like,
okay,
you're enjoying it.
I don't even like this story.
But, like, you're being serviced and it's dark and you have no whose mouth is where.
I don't know. I'm a kind of a visual kind of guy. I like to see the person servicing me.
So you would not at all be excited by, like, touch?
I just need a combination of both.
Okay. Well, I mean, then I don't know. I guess if someone is making me feel good and I can't see what their body, like, who they are physically, doesn't change the fact that, like, I'm feeling good. And that's where I think sexuality can be more fluid than we as a culture give it credit for.
I guess, but because I know what I like in it. And
if your mind's not there and your preconceived, like, notions and your culture conditioning isn't there, and it's just physically you and your body, does it make a difference if it's, you know, Jennifer Aniston or The Rock?
I mean, if I had my druthers.
I don't know what that word means.
If I had my preference.
Oh.
But I don't know.
Well, right, but, like, is your preference just physically speaking, or are there other things involved in it, like the way that you were raised and all the conditioning that you have from family and from society and from religion and from, you know, American propaganda? Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, if you strip all that away and it's just the physical sensation, sexuality is more fluid than I think we as a culture give it credit for. And that's the whole point of what I was trying to say.
Okay, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. I mean, I don't know if I've been conditioned to be a certain way. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, I mean, I don't know when does the conditioning begin? Because I remember liking girls in like preschool. I had a crush on a girl.
Oh my gosh, I imagine conditioning begins like way before that. Like, think about how many times we say with our baby, like, "Oh, look at you got a little boyfriend," with babies in our culture. And
I try to avoid that.
When two babies are together and there's a pink one and a blue one, and they go, "Look at the little cuties, are you going to get married?"
Yeah, they do that.
There's so much sexuality, like, conditioning in the formative years when, like, it's not even a thing, like, long before puberty. So I don't know. I just don't think that, like, a mouth is any different.
Well, I'd prefer not. I mean, I don't know. To pick the manliest of men.
What?
He picked a pretty manly man for an example. That's why I can't
Maybe I just thought because he doesn't have a beard. Like,
he does not have a beard. That is true.
He's very like a seal. He's very smooth. Got a smooth head. So, like, you wouldn't get, like, lost in, like, the whole, like, stubble sensation. But I wasn't thinking, like, oh, he's a manly man.
He's all muscly and everything.
I mean, but, like, his mouth isn't muscly.
I don't know.
It's a mouth.
Okay. Look, you're not going to get me to admit that I want to get blown by The Rock.
That's not what I'm saying. I don't think well, I mean, I'm sure there's lots of people who want to get blown by The Rock, but...
There probably might be.
Oh.
I'm
sure there are.
I'm sure there are.
I'm just saying that, like, you cannot stand in, like, good faith and good knowledge and say, yes, I'm 100% heterosexual, I only like women, da-da-da-da-da. When, like, if you were put in a different circumstance, you have no idea what you would like.
That's true. I mean, I guess.
We're all just a product of all the moments that lead us up to right now. Wow, this conversation went way off the rails.
I mean, well, it's not that off the rails. I mean, at some point, I mean...
We're supposed to be talking about traveling, and now we're talking about you getting blown by Dwayne Johnson.
Nope. I don't want the Dwayne Johnson on my Johnson. And, I mean, we got the guy who was manly on the top and Party at the bottom.
Wait, what?
With the stripper Sam Elliott.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's for sure. Okay.
He probably has an interesting story. How could you not look at that man and not have an interesting story?
I mean, yeah, everyone's got an interesting story, don't you think?
What do you wish I did? What were you about to say?
I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like really derailed. I feel kind of discombobulated. This conversation has gone all over the place.
Well, it's keeping with the theme of the show because we do that all the time. We just get off the rails.
Okay. Well, maybe you should rename this segment, like, Off the Rails with the Real ODP.
Well, we're still on the road. It was a story from the road. I wouldn't have had the story if I stayed in Cleveland.
That is true.
And it is about our traveling.
Of the trip. Everything about that instant is seared into my memory forever. I will never, ever think of New Orleans and not think of him in particular.
Ah. Yeah. He will... Family memories.
It was such a... Oh my gosh, Kevin! Well, Kevin just jumped on my head.
You don't have to bleep out Kevin.
Kevin's our dog. You guys know that, right?
Yes, they know about Kevin.
Oh God, he's horrible.
And, so from New Orleans, we headed back to Mobile, Alabama. I'm not going to recap everything. I'm just giving people a little preview of what we will talk about next time.
Oh, what are we going to talk about next time? Are we going to tell them where we are now?
Well, we're coming to you from Arkansas.
The state.
Yeah, the natural state, I guess. That's what the name of it. I thought it was the Diamond State because...
The natural state.
Okay, I would have went with the Diamond State. That sounds cooler. That's me, but I'm not in the habit of giving states nicknames.
Well,
It's not
and
my
that,
job.
and like,
What's Ohio? The Buckeye State.
you don't know Ohio?
Yeah, I just said it was the Buckeye State.
You just asked, like, what is
Well,
it?
it means in the heart of it all.
I don't think that's its nickname.
Yeah, it's a nickname. It is a nickname.
You know what is funny to me, and I don't know, maybe you've noticed this too, but like when we were in Ohio and like living in Cleveland and living there. Now I've traveled a lot, and you have not.
I am not. That's why we're doing this.
I know, but like, I guess I just didn't really realize how small Cleveland is.
Yes, that's another thing we should be talking about. We got a real sense of. I love Cleveland to death. It's the city where I come from, so run. But it is small compared to some of these cities.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe, and I guess it's just because it's one of the bigger cities in Ohio, and it just, I don't know. Like we drove through Atlanta. We drove
Atlanta
through
was
Houston.
huge.
Houston is huge.
Houston is huge.
And like, we were in Miami. Miami's huge. I mean, we know these cities are bigger than Cleveland, but like, did you realize they were like 16 times the size of Cleveland?
Well, to be fair, if Cleveland said "F it, you suburbs don't get to be your own cities anymore. You're part of Cleveland," it'd be pretty big.
But I don't think, like, I think Atlanta and Houston and Miami all have their own suburbs too.
They do?
Yeah.
These are things I don't know from not traveling.
We literally traveled through those places.
I didn't travel to the suburbs.
Yes, we did.
Okay. I thought those were separate cities. So, like...
It's like Fort Lauderdale is a suburb of Miami.
Get the fuck out of here, it is?
Well, now it's big and it's like its own urban area, but it's like what Avon is to the city center of Cleveland.
Huh. Oh, is it in Cooper? What's it called, Cooperstown?
Yeah, that's where your aunt is.
Oh, don't be giving out her information. I don't want to stalk her to get her.
Do you honestly? Is that going to happen?
No, I don't think that's
I mean, with that limited snippet of information that a woman lives in Cooperstown, Florida, that might be related to you.
Okay. I guess. Did I tell you how excited we are when you once a long time ago you had you got your own Twitter and you called it you.
Yeah.
And you were Mrs. Podfather, and I thought we had like a fan who wanted to stalk me. And it turned out to be just you. Not that I didn't love you, and I was
my God.
But we were like, oh man, we arrived.
And
we have fans that want to stalk us.
And it turned out to be just your dumb one.
Well, I didn't want one of our pets to get boiled in the Fatal Attraction type of thing. Wait, no, I don't want to say Fatal Attraction because he did actually cheat in Fatal Attraction, didn't he?
I have no idea.
You never seen that movie?
No.
Neither have I.
Okay. Is that like a thing? Most people have seen it?
Well, we did talk about... This is something we can bring from the main show to this episode. It's like a pop culture thing that you haven't seen or taken part of, but you kind of fake your way through it. And I said my thing was Titanic. I knew enough about Titanic to pretend I know about Titanic, but I never seen the movie.
Well, Titanic's probably the only pop culture thing that, like, I have seen. There's so much I haven't.
Like Star Wars you haven't seen.
Mm-mm.
You've seen Jurassic Park, though. Because our second son... because he loves dinosaurs.
Like...
I could...
Literally every movie that you've ever seen, I've never seen. Like, that gopher one.
What?
The golf gopher.
Oh, Caddyshack.
The Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds?
Yeah.
You saw that with me.
I don't remember. Is that the rape one?
It's not the rape one, but it has a scene that... Yeah, it actually does include a rape scene.
Okay.
That wasn't meant to be.
What do you mean it wasn't meant to be?
I'm sure the guys that's like, alright, you know what would be great in this comedy about nerds getting back at the people who picked on them? A rape. I don't think anyone thought that. Oh, nope, you go back to sleep. You're not part of this. And,
Yeah, I just that's I don't know. I don't know. I even in the 80s, I feel like that was not okay. But maybe it was. I was a little kid in the 80s. Who
I
knows?
saw that movie when I had to have been 7 years old when I saw that movie.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god. What's that other one that everyone talks about? With
Scarface. I saw that when I was 7.
I don't think I saw that once with you. I was old. I don't even remember it.
But could you think you can fake your way through any of these pop culture things?
Yeah, there's so many. There's so many like especially Star Wars in particular because it's so mainstream. I know like the characters and I guess the like little cliche sayings, Like I watched Spaceballs and laughed through the whole thing. It was a parody of Star Wars.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. So I could see that. I could, and I get some of the references of Fatal Attraction, for example. She boils a bunny.
What?
Yeah, she boils a bunny because she's stalking this.
That's terrible.
It is a terrible.
Why would you watch that?
I didn't watch that.
Oh God.
But Michael Douglas and Glenn Close, and
Cruella DeVille.
Yep.
Okay. Was it old?
Yeah, it's from the 80s.
Oh.
I'll have to read the plot to you sometime. All right. We are running a little bit long and getting off the subject, but let's wrap this up.
That was a terrible tie-in to like the main show.
It was something that
You like set that up like it was gonna be like a whole nother segment, and then you're like, okay, we're done.
Oh, sorry. Well, no, that was an idea from the main show. What pop culture thing can you fake your way through?
Oh, that was it? The question, and I said so many was the answer, so we're done now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. From my family to yours?
That sounds good. What did you say last time that was terrible?
I don't remember.
Oh, gosh.
And we will see you from... will we give you...
You know what a lot of people say to us when we leave? Safe travels.
Yeah, safe travels.
Safe travels. And we say, you too. It's like a full-time family thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand, you
stationary people.
Stationary people with stable
Sticks and
lives.
bricks.
And not crazy ideas to travel the country with six people.
2 dogs, a
2
cat.
dogs, a cat, and a guinea pigs.
We started with 2 guinea pigs.
We lost one. Rest in peace.
Pour one out for Peanut.
Love you.
Stomp on down to the mean streets of Reddit. And we see what's going on in the subreddit.
Hello, Reddit.
Am I the asshole?
Hello.
And I think we have a nice selection this week. Beginning with, am I the asshole? I didn't disclose the details of my inheritance to my wife. Am I the asshole for not choosing a kid-friendly movie at my birthday? Am I the asshole for telling my husband to get over his dead mother? Am I the asshole for wanting my stepdaughter to switch schools in her junior year to live with us? Am I the asshole for buying my girlfriend a blender instead of a necklace she wanted for our anniversary? Am I the asshole for not getting my girlfriend a gift for her birthday? And am I the asshole for not scheduling the new hire's vacation? As always, one of these has happened already. You just didn't know it. But you know now. So, you know what it is. Am I the asshole? I didn't disclose the details of my inheritance to my wife. We found this one the most interesting of those that remained. And so I'd like to get down with y'all on that particular one. My wife has been a SAHW since the beginning of our marriage. Everybody know what that means? Stay at home wife.
Yeah.
Mm.
She got an inheritance from her grandfather a few years ago. It was about 5 million Indian rupees. Don't worry, I've done the research. 5 million Indian rupees is about 65K. Yes. 65.7 to be correct. In case you're wondering what that is. No, not bad. I was super excited when I came to know about it, thinking that we'd be finally able to repay our previous landlord. However, she refused, saying that it's her money gifted to her by her grandfather. She also said that it was the only money she could claim as just hers, so she wanted to keep it. I was super hurt because I've never once told her that my earnings were mine only. I always treated it like our money. I then told her that if she didn't share her inheritance, any further inheritance of mine wouldn't be shared among us either. She agreed. She then went on to buy herself a car.
Go, girl.
Fast forward to now, almost 4 years later. My parents left me their entire assets, which comes to about 40 million Indian rupees, which, if you're wondering, is about $500,000. A little more than $500,000. Again, chunky. I told my wife I got an inheritance, and she seemed quite unbothered by it. She said that I can do whatever I want with it. So first, I paid off my student loans and bought myself a nice laptop. Then I invested the rest. Then I invested the rest of it. My wife asked me where I got the money to pay off my student loans and buy myself a laptop, and I reminded her about my inheritance. She was surprised that my inheritance was so much and started saying that I was selfish for not having told her the exact amount. I reminded her of our agreement and said that it shouldn't matter how much inheritance I got, since each of us was free to do whatever we wanted with our own inheritances. I told her that if she had asked me, I would have told her. She started crying and said that I kept such a big information away from her. She has locked herself in her room and is refusing to speak to me. Good. Am I the asshole? Edit. Also, point to be noted that 30 million out of the 40 million was used to repay my student loans. I spent close to 2 lakhs on my computer and invested 8 lakhs, LAKHS. I don't know what a lakh is when compared to a rupee. I studied abroad, so my student loans were a lot. Let's look up what a lakh is.
I hear rupee and I just immediately think Legend of Zelda.
Same. Every damn time. A lakh is $100,000, 100,000 rupees. So that's how you can work those numbers out. So 2 lakhs is 200,000 rupees. 8 lakhs, 800,000 rupees, and we work that out. Is this person an asshole? Only because the Anthony Rule abides here. And you knew you weren't an asshole. So why are you writing in to me to ask me if you're an asshole?
I don't know if I agree. I think this is everybody sucks here. Because
factual.
It's like he went hard on her rule because of what she did.
Yeah, I was gonna say that my initial thought was everybody sucks here, but I didn't agree with your Anthony Rule statement only because I feel like he probably wanted to do the right thing, but she kind of forced his hand, but he's maybe second guessing it, so that's why he's seeking validation from the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, they came to terms. And she said, "Hey," he said, "Look, if I come up on some dough, I'm gonna keep it myself, right? Man, keep your fucking little dough, cause she didn't think he was gonna get shit." And instead, he got hit with the crispy, and she's salty off of that shit now.
That's what I mean. Is they had an agreement, but he probably didn't want to do the agreement. He just went along with it because of what she wanted. Because he probably feels bad about what he got, thinking that he would have wanted to share it with her, but now because of what she did, he went ahead and did what he wanted to do, but he still feels guilty about it.
Yeah, and I feel like because he has always thought of it as their money, he feels a bit like damn, man, I really wish I could have told you about how dope this is. I got to pay off my student loans and we are going to be debt free and so forth and so on. And that could be dope, but you told me not to talk to you about this shit. So I don't know if he sucks for it because he's really just doing what was asked of him. So I'm not going to say he sucks, but I'm not going to call her the asshole because she's not. I mean, she is. It was kind of asshole. She's like, I ain't giving you shit and I'm buying a whip. Kind of an asshole.
Yeah, she but okay, but then at the end of that, she also was just like, I'm not gonna talk to you and like using like like you using her emotions to get a reaction out of him, like and it was, I don't know, like I just kind of feel like you need to leave her ass. Take your sit on rupees and get the fuck out.
Oh shit! You can't say I said that this week, Gabe, because I didn't. But you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, my guy. Yeah. So let's hit the comments, see if we see anything of note. I don't see anything glowing, but let's see if we got anything with some chunkiness to it. The OP's wife is hurt because her own actions led to her getting the short end of the stick. Too bad. That's from Crystals 2000.
The way you read it, it's like, too bad, so sad.
Someone responded to that to say, it's funny, but in the U.S., OP's wife would be legally correct. Even for the wrong reasons, in the absence of a prenup, the wife, even as a stay-at-home mom, would have pretty equal share / ownership of any money / property brought into the marriage during the marriage, even if it's just from her husband's earnings, inheritance, and awards from certain PI claims, are the exceptions to this. Obviously, OP is not in the U.S., but here, technically, that inheritance is hers and his is his. But even still, in practice, most people I know make decisions about any windfall from inheritance as partners. OP is not the asshole, and this is not a good look for his wife. She's only upset because OP got more, and she won't have access to it. Yeah, okay, I guess. I don't know if that's the case. I didn't take from her that she was jealous. I just I took from her that, but I guess that should be what I took from it, right?
I mean, like, it was. I think she was hurt, but I don't know. That shit's just weird as fuck. Like,
why would you be hurt when you told me not to tell you this shit? Like, lay down rules about this shit. But that was 4 years ago. She could be a different person for all we know. Things could have changed.
Yeah, it's just like when you're going to Get-Go and getting your fries and your buffaloed, and your girl like, you ain't get me one. I was like, I told you I was getting a buffaloed. I told you I was getting a buffaloed. And you said you ain't want a buffaloed. That's why I got the 6. That's why I got the 9-inch. You can have the 3 that you like. You got a booty in or the ranch bread.
Not for nothing. But Vanessa DoorDashed some Mr. Hero the other day, and I had a chicken Philly for the first time in thousands of years. It's been so long since the last time I ate a Mr. Hero. God damn, was that shit good. Also, it was way too much food. I only went with the 10. I ain't go 14. I went 10. Still too much food. I was very full. I was uncomfortably full.
Show me that smile, yeah.
Show me that smile.
Don't waste another minute on your crying.
It's been stuck in my head.
Huh? We sing that with more regularity than you think.
Yeah. It's been stuck in my head since you started talking about the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
I know it's a different show, but still, it's like that's where my mind went.
That's them hitting theme songs. We should do it. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. I'll scroll a list of what I thought was some hitting theme songs.
Those TikToks I've sent the Instagram chat that dude makes, where like the cartoon theme songs. Shit, fucking 80s and 90s, man. They were putting heart and soul into those things.
Bruh, The Greatest American Hero, Bosom Buddies, Different Strokes is a pretty good one because that motherfucker comes in kind of hard. Now the world don't move to the beat of this one drum.
What might be right for you may not be right for some.
A man is born. He's a
He's
man.
a man of means, and alone come two. They got nothing but a dream.
Just saying.
Everybody's got a special kind of story.
That song, damn, like that song goes so hard, bro. It's got a different stance
got a
and
way
shit.
to shine, and no matter what you got, not a lot. So what? You got yours, and they'll have theirs, and I have mine. And together
we will fight because we got.
That's a good ass song, man.
Yeah, that song goes. WKRP in Cincinnati also goes hard. I want y'all to know that shit. That one goes hard too. But next up, am I the asshole for not scheduling the new hires vacation? Am I the asshole for not scheduling the new hires vacation? I'm the manager of a small team at a large company. Each manager does their team's schedule. I hired Lacey last week. Lacey told me when she accepted the job that she already had a non-refundable vacation plans at the end of May. I told her that I did the schedule and would try to accommodate her. I couldn't accommodate her at all. There's already another team member out. I put up the schedule and was very surprised at an email from Lacey regarding her vacation not being scheduled. I informed her we didn't have the flexibility and that she was expected to work. When I went to my lunch break, I walked by Lacey's desk and was surprised to see it packed. She handed me her lanyard and told me she quit. She said that she wasn't losing out on $2,500 and that she had already had an offer from one of the other jobs that she had turned down that promised her vacation was safe. I'm now being called into my boss's office because she quit so fast. But in my experience, if you start a new job, you understand that you are the last for vacation. My fiance says that I'm an idiot, and she was telling me, not asking me. Too long didn't read. Didn't grant new girl's vacation request, and she quit. Am I the asshole for not approving it?
As far as I'm concerned, it was a condition of her hirement, of her accepting the job, that she was taking that fucking vacation.
Exactly.
It was the same thing for me when I accepted a position. I had a fucking vacation already scheduled, and when I took the job, I'm like, look, this was already approved. You know, I'm not going to be here. I ended up missing 7 out of my 9 days of new hire training for that position.
Yeah. It's real. As a condition for her taking the job, she told him this is what's expected. He agreed to it and then didn't come through with it. Of course you're the asshole. Anthony Rule applies. You fucking knew you was the asshole. And
yeah, before you did it. Yep.
No, this guy comes across as one of those people that thinks that you should give up everything in your personal life for a job.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's trying to do to get ahead. You know, he's giving up his morality and sensibilities to try and push out of middle management. Yeah. And most people now, like, they're fighting back and, fuck that. If you have another job and they're willing to give you what you want, go.
Yeah, for sure. And that is of course the entire point we have going on right now. People swear that the youth is anti-working. No, they're pro-working. They're pro being paid an appropriate wage for what they do, having the time to work. And like I said, condition of this woman's employment was I got a vacation that I cannot get a refund on. And if you cannot accommodate me, buddy, I'll see you on the flip. Respect due.
See you on the flippity flop.
We got a nice little glow in the dark comment. Also, for the record, this post got locked because they came in like Thor himself with the lightning on this motherfucker. So the mods were like, sorry, had to lock this. The angry mobs was coming in from other subs, so we had to shut it down. But this glow in the dark post says, you're the asshole. Excuse me, it's from Away Refuse 8493. Always like to give their names. You're the asshole. Lacey told you when she accepted the job that she already had a non-refundable vacation plans at the end of May. She conditionally accepted the job. The condition was her vacation. Oh my God, what kind of company is this? She did the right thing by piecing out. I mean, Box already said that. Basically, just was like, this person simply agreed with my man Daniel's exact words, and that was this was a condition for their.
I deserve a glowing comment.
2 glowing comments.
So put some respect. Oh, 2? You want a second? Well, here's another. And this one says, this is by Ms. Rabble _AF. You're the asshole. When an employee quits, they are firing their manager. You showed her what kind of manager you are, and she fired you for it. Never thought of it that way, but that is a take. So, yeah, buddy, you're the asshole. I think you knew it the whole time. So that's that, and on to the next. Right. So, in the realm of entertainment, I started and finished twice. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion on both the PC and the Xbox. It comes with my Game Pass subscription. And that game is so much fun. You can probably beat it in like 2-3 hours. It's a real short game. But Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion is hilarious. It's a way fun little game. Top-down adventure, I wouldn't even call it a Zelda-like because it's really not. You're just walking around doing little missions. And you don't really commit tax evasion. You simply tear up a tax bill. But also you tear up lots of stuff throughout that game. It's a real fun title. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. It was the first game I beat here in May of this year. Continue to keep record of games I beat this year. But it's got some kind of hiccups with its achievements because I did everything, so I should have all the achievos for it, and I simply don't. So I might go back and run through it again just so I can see if I can make the achievos pop because I liked it and it's short, and now I can just run through it even quicker because I know where everything's at. So that's what's popping there in the realm of video games. The new season of Halo Infinite started, and I've not touched it, but I do want to. So maybe I'll get down with that Friday because I took the day off. So maybe I'll get down with that. Have I watched anything? I did. I watched. Oh my god! I watched a lot. I watched Doctor Strange. I watched Infinity War Endgame, and I watched a couple episodes from What If because I was getting prepared for Doctor Strange into in the Multiverse of Madness, and so to prepare for that, I was like just getting things that people said you should watch off the list. They also said watch WandaVision, but I actually have WandaVision is pretty fresh in my mind still. It was such a cool show that I kind of keep present. But they also said I should have watched Loki. But the reasons why I should have watched Loki again are fresh in my head. Kevin Feige on the red carpet for the Multiverse of Madness explained how the end of Loki influences Spider-Man No Way Home, which then goes into the Multiverse of Madness. And I was like, oh shit. The dude on the red carpet, when Kevin Feige said it to him, he was like, did you just drop like some surprise shit? He goes, no, it was right there in front of you the whole time. You just didn't know it. I was like, yo, that's wild. So that was cool information to have made canon officially. And so I kind of I fuck with that in particular. So I'm very excited. Realized I was talking away from the mic. I'm very excited for to see Into the Multiverse of Madness. I feel I am prepared for it now, having watched all those things. I don't think I watched anything else. And for those I pulled out. Well, did I watch Doctor Strange? I watched on Disney Plus, but for the other two, I pulled out my Blu-rays. I got 4K Blu-rays of those, and I was like, we're gonna watch these in they full fat, so I can get all the color and so forth and so on. So that's what's going on there. Y'all been playing or watching anything?
I finished Moon Knight today.
Not a one episode. I'm talking about to binge all through it. So did they wrap it up successfully? You were concerned last week that they weren't going to be able to pull it off.
I would say, yeah. It seems though that's trending that it's not a series finale, and now it's more of a season finale.
Oh.
I don't think there's been an official confirmation yet, but there was like a rumor this morning that like one of the show producers or someone attached to the show tweeted something about the series finale, and then they took it down. So that's the rumor, and the way it ended, I could see it going to another season, but I don't think it's like not necessarily necessary. But I would say the show is okay.
Okay.
If you enjoy trying to figure out puzzles while you're watching and keeping track of like hints and shit, If you just want to watch like a mindless show, probably not for you. But it's okay.
Okay.
I think Loki's probably been the best, or at least as far as I can tell, most necessary show that they've done.
Okay.
But it's an alright show. I don't hate it.
I would argue Hawkeye is my favorite. I do have a particular affinity for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I want more of that. I like that buddy cop dynamic they had going on there, so I just want more of that.
Well, I didn't say Loki was my favorite. I just said I think it was the most important.
Fair enough.
I watched Killing It, thanks to Daniel, and also the Bust Down on on Peacock.
How is that?
Which one?
Bust Down.
I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really, really funny.
This one is that my man Zach Fox on that show? No, or is that Langston Kermit's show?
Langston Kermit and Sam J and Chris Red.
Okay. Yeah.
And Killing It was way better than I thought it would be.
Now what's
Killing
that
on? It, also on Peacock. Killing It is one of those shows where, because they cussing stuff on there and it's gory and bloody, kicked it up right where it needed to be.
Is that the Craig Robinson show?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they killing snakes, right? In Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
If that show would have just been like a run-of-the-mill NBC show, it would have sucked so bad. But them being able to like cuss and show some blood and like just like kind of, appetite it up 2010 style, made it so much better. It's a good show.
Now, I was just listening to a podcast today, and they said there is no truly commercial-free version of Peacock to be had. Is that true?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I have the whatever free one that they gave me for 6 months, so
I cannot. You gonna make me watch commercials? Fuck, you will not.
I mean, at this point, I watch so few commercials or anything else. Like it's kind of like I'll take a commercial. Yeah, give me a little bit of that shit.
Like how refreshing!
Commercial on there, yeah.
You advertise me rugs or whatever whatever's they hitting at you.
Fucking YouTube is getting a little ridiculous with the commercials.
I have YouTube Premium for years. I've had YouTube Premium when it was called YouTube Red. I ain't seen a commercial on YouTube in ever.
YouTube needs to institute some sort of like time limitation on what they allow to run for commercials, because I'm tired of like putting something on right here in the living room, then walking to the kitchen to do something and listening to whatever I put on, and then while I'm in the kitchen, it go into commercial. If it runs like a 30-second ad or something, all to the good. But when I'm in the kitchen and it starts running some 27-minute religious seminar as a commercial, that's a little fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not a commercial at that point. That's a whole nother YouTube video.
Yeah. Or like the people who fucking run their music videos as ads.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not joking when I tell you. I realize some people are like, I ain't paying for YouTube. It's just worth it. Not seeing commercials on YouTube fucks people's heads up, because the people who are used to watching commercials on YouTube, they don't have to do it. Like they be at my house, I'm just this is why I use YouTube how I use it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's TV for me. I put it on my subscription. I just watch what I want to watch.
I watch YouTube way more than anything else that I watch anything else right now, and I'm almost getting to the point where I'm convinced that it might be worth it, just for the sanity.
So it was years ago that I bought into and pay for Google Music at the time, which doesn't exist anymore. And if you bought Google Music, you got YouTube Premium for free. It just came with it. And so I've just held on to it since. So I have YouTube Music now. I never use it. It's just there. But basically what I'm paying for in this situation is ad-free YouTube. That is why I have it. I couldn't even imagine what was going on during this election season right here. It must have just been just terrible. So I am so anti-commercial, and I realize that's whatever, and that's something I can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with doing that. I just don't. I paid when they came, once ad-free Hulu came up years ago. Over. I ain't had ads on Hulu. Never had ads on Netflix because it's just not a thing.
It's just funny. Like I have to skip the same fucking ads all the time. Like for the last like 2 months, it was some black dude driving around in the car, and then he's like, "My name is Richie Bennett, and I'm an Uber driver." And then he starts like playing the guitar, and like one time I let the ad run just to figure out what the fuck was going on, and it was like because it's like an ad for like Uber driving insurance or something, and he's like, "My brother introduced me to the guitar when I was a little kid, and then one day I got into an accident and I couldn't play the guitar anymore." And blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Oh my god, okay, skip." And then lately, that one seems to have taken the back burner, and I primarily have to skip this one where it's in like black and white. It's a minute long. And it's like, it starts out with some dude who's like, "A rebel took to the streets. He convinced others to join him." And then it cuts to like a black and white photo of like 6 Latinos on bicycles. And I'm just like, I'm not here for this. Skip. It's like, it looks like Latino people with like tattoos and shit that are like on like BMX bikes. And I'm like, is this a really awkward Modelo commercial or what is this?
Awkward Modelo commercial.
Oh my god. You playing anything?
I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima new game plus.
Okay.
But I haven't really been playing that either. I'm waiting on Sifu to come. I ordered that. And I'll be playing that when that comes. But other than that, just every once in a while when the kids ask me to help them with Star Wars Lego game, like I'll go play a little bit of that, help them jump up some stairs that they're not patient enough to do, or go rope to rope.
Sifu just got its update this week for an easy mode that people have been real. Like saying, "Hey, thanks for adding that," and that adds to the accessibility of this particular game. So, I think you can have a good time with that. But something else is coming this week. There's some stuff coming to Game Pass. I'm not like hyped for it, but I'm still kind of like, "Ooh, okay, cool. I got some cool shit coming to our Game Pass." So, it's me. I'm a gamer. It's what I do. So it's cool. All right, but. That's what's up, my folk. We've given you a show. We do it every week. Again, next week, when you hear this episode, it will be nearing our show's birthday. So next week, the episode we record next week, it's going to be all birthday shit as we celebrate 9 years of Stays Crunchy and Milk. The brand is indeed strong. So if you got something you want to add to that or say something to us, by the time when you hear this, we'll be recording that night. So the morning you hear this, if you assuming you listen to it early, we'll be recording that night. So you got something to say, add to it, man. Go for it. Get in with us. Holla at your boy. But please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. Give us a follow over YouTube, Stays Crunchy, on Twitch, Stays Crunchy and Milk, on Twitter at Skimpod, SKIMPOD, on Instagram at Stays Crunchy and Milk, on Twitch, forgive me, TikTok at Stays Crunchy and Milk. Any of those, we certainly love to have you involved with us and showing love, so we can spread more awareness of our program. If you want to support the show financially and got a few bucks to toss our way, feel free to join us over on Patreon, where members at the $5 and above level get extra content each month and early access to new shows. You have merch available over on tpublic.com/user/Stays Crunchy and Milk, all one word. Feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. Our Mr. Man this week is the Real ODP. That means finally you get an On the Road with the Real ODP that my patrons have had for a couple of weeks now. But you, in the free category, will get that addition to this show. So that'll pad this particular episode out a little more for you. But show love to my mans, because I asked you to. Take it no more than that. That's Tatum 216.
My only regret is I didn't buy that Robert Cop and Spider-Man action figure.
Robert Cop?
Yeah, instead of RoboCop, it was Robert Cop and it was Spider-Man. It was 2 action figures, and I was like, damn. I wish I had those now.
No, well, next time. Well, whatever comes next. Don't regret anything. Just cop it. That's Lunchbox Tuesday around there.
You don't have to show me love. I'll settle for indifference.
Tell that to your buddy's girlfriend. That'd be a difference.
I am the Internet's Tabrel 713. You have just been podcast 2, and I know you loved it. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
See you next Thursday.